All right, all right, all right. Go ahead and come on in, y'all. Come on in. Don't be shy now. Come on in, come on in. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Come on, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let me check my. All right, all right, all right. What's going on? What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? What's good, hood? What's good, y'all? What's popping, man? Today, listen, we finna talk about it. Listen, y'all know there's a dude on the internet, some tether. We got an African tether on the internet. His name is Nana Kwaku. He been talking about me and homie O'Shea, right? Now, y'all already know, right? O'Shea and me, we go way back. Let me tell you what's going on, right? When I first went to Africa, O'Shea, we was in some group chats and shit. We was cool. A lot of shit going on, man. O'Shea, he been doing his work inside Africa for quite some time. It's kind of hard to hate on the brother. You know what I'm saying? He been putting in work for many years, doing a lot of ish off camera too. I heard some good things about the brother. Reasonable guy. We recently, reconnected, start talking again. Cool. You know what I'm saying? He did some videos on me. I've done some videos on him. Definitely. He's came over here onto the live stream, supported the channel, et cetera, right? So O'Shea, a good brother, right? A good brother, part of the African diaspora. But, as we can see, because me and O'Shea, we're kind of in the same boat. Me and O'Shea Duke Jackson, we kind of in a similar dilemma, right? And that's that we gave so many years of ourselves as foundational Black Americans to the African diaspora, trying to encourage, trying to teach, trying to love, trying to support. We've done so much behind the scenes, and not just us, but quite a few other African or Black American content creators have tried so hard to do so much for the African diaspora to go ahead and, bridge the gap between foundational Black Americans and the African diaspora. But what's happening is that we're in a time where everything's online, and we're starting to see how a lot of Africans truly view a lot of Black Americans. And for so long, so many of us foundational Black Americans, we always thought these Africans, they're our people. But unfortunately, when they come to America, they don't act like our people anymore. They say, hey, we need to segregate against those Black Americans. They be sagging their pants. The women be like this. The dudes be like this. And hey, I'm a reasonable foundational Black American. I'll tell you the truth. There's a lot of issues in the Black American community. But one thing that you cannot say is that there's not a lot of issues in yours. What's happening is this. We see a lot of these Africans, they think that they're perfect. They think they live such an upright and humane, moral life. But I'll tell you this. Nobody talks about the Africans, because I've been around Africa for quite some time, many years. O'Shea has been around Africa for many years. And I'll tell you this. A lot of these Africans, while they might not have ratchet energy, if you might not be around the ratchet type chicks, because they do have ratchet chicks inside of Africa, but a lot of them, they might not have that just, over the entire country, but they do have some odd shit going on. Let's first talk about the witchcraft. Let's talk about witchcraft and how they do a lot of weird things to animals. A lot of times they sacrifice them and they pour blood down their body, and they do a lot of very weird things, stomping on it, certain ceremonies, et cetera, et cetera. Let's talk about that. Now, goddamn it, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like how these goddamn wildebeest be in the streets of Los Angeles, be twerking and shit and shaking that shit, but I ain't gonna lie. Would I rather see that than an innocent animal be slaughtered just because you feel like maybe your man cheated on you? Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer a little ratchet energy. If it's gonna save an innocent animal that's not gonna be ate. Some African try to come inside of my comments in my chat one time and say, oh, no, they eat the animals after they sacrifice it for the ritual. I'm like, Well, God damn it, did you have to do it in such an inhumane way? I mean, damn, but they're not human. Why should we do it in inhuman? No, I'm just saying, did you have to do it so unethically? Like it's still a living organism. Like it's like you're like one of those people that torture ants or something, or torture worms and snails. You're a weird person. Well, this is our tradition, this is our culture. Yeah, you need to change it. We're in 2026, brother. It hasn't gave you any prosperity or anything. You just said your mom died of cancer the other day. Yeah, it's not helping you. So it's time that maybe we get rid of some of these traditions, like another tradition. You know, they have a lot of these tribal leaders that decide to date young. What do you mean young? 18-year-old is cool. We like them young. We like them virgins. Fine. Yeah, I'm not exactly talking about 18, unfortunately. I'm talking about young. I'm talking about really, really young. I'm talking about young, son. I'm talking about young. Yeah, a lot of tribal leaders, they be out there doing some odd stuff. And the moms be cool with it. Yeah, it gets kind of weird inside of Africa sometimes. So yeah, while Africans have a lot to say about a lot of us African Americans or Black Americans, or, you know, formerly known as African Americans, yeah, while a lot of Africans have a lot of things to say about us FBAs, the truth is that we have a lot to say about you. But the odd thing is this, a lot of us Black Americans, we don't move going to Africa and try to live there and set up shop. Now, we do have some people that have done that over the years, but over time, we've seen that that's not really beneficial for us. Shoot, us Black Americans, our money can go anywhere. The only reason so many of us Black Americans had traveled to Africa in the first place is because we thought that we were one. We thought we were a moja. We thought that we were all together and we were all family. But over time, you find out that that was just a huge facade. A lot of times, these Africans, they use that to go ahead and get their money from us, extort us, play us, make us believe that we're family just so we can support their businesses. And then a lot of times they run off with our cash. Yeah, it happens a lot. So what's happening is this. We're now in a time of awakening. A lot of Black Americans are saying, hey, well, I wanted to move to Africa. I'm thinking about other countries now. I'm talking about Thailand. I'm talking about the Philippines. I'm talking about Colombia. I'm talking about et cetera. Because we're realizing, you know what? Our money is so powerful. Our ancestors fought so hard. Our ancestors didn't fight hard for us to live in a land of people that just left us to rot. Our ancestors didn't fight for that. Our ancestors said, we're going to form our own lineage. If y'all not going to help us, we're going to help ourselves. And for a lot of us foundational Black Americans, right now, our mentality is, you know what? We helped ourselves. We saved ourselves. Our ancestors fought for us. It's time that you guys do that for your own countries. Yeah, don't come over here to America and then complain like a little bug. Yeah, we're not used to mosquitoes in America like that. We aren't used to malaria and shit. Yeah, we're not used to them buzzing insects. Yeah, malaria. You know what I'm saying? We're not used to that. Yeah, we prefer to be headstrong, to go ahead and hit the target of what exactly we're trying to accomplish. That's what our ancestors are known for. We're a lineage known for accomplishments. Yes, we accomplished a lot on the daily. You know, I'm from Los Angeles, and you guys would be amazed how even our gangs are doing things behind the scenes that you guys in your African countries wouldn't even be able to fathom or imagine. You know, we have a lot of good people in our communities. Yeah, there's a lot of roughness. Yeah, there's a lot of stupidity. But at the end of the day, we cannot just be foolish and be out here just saying that, oh, it's just foundational Black Americans. No, you Africans have an issue too. And I'll say the greatest issue with a lot of you Africans is the fact that you come over to America, you complain about people that were sent over here by your own people, your foolish, evil, corrupt leaders sent our ancestors over here to be offed. They sent us over here to be cattle for slaughter. They sent us over here to America. They sent us to America for us to rot and pass. They sent us over like we were not family. And yet when you Africans come to America, the craziest part is that you think to yourself, why don't these foundational Black Americans anymore want to accept us and with open arms and act like we're family? Yeah, because you guys sold us. And you know, the worst part about how the Africans sold us Black Americans is that they never came looking. They never said, you know what, we need to go now that we have boats, now that we have, certain things going for ourselves, we need to go ahead and get our brothers and sisters back. There's never been no militia that has stepped on American soil and freed us, freed our foundational Black American ancestors. We've done it ourselves. So all we say to you Africans is, hey, it's time you get it done yourself too. You're resilient people. You guys have strong warriors that have fought for you as well. So you guys get to it. Yeah, Africa is supposed to be a the greatest continent on earth by now. Why isn't it? Because foolish leaders have led you all astray, have led you to believe that us foundational Black Americans are the enemy. But I'll say your biggest enemy is the one that you call father, the one that you call leader. That's who your greatest enemy is. That's who the greatest threat to your existence, your family, and your legacy is. That's who it is. All right? So right now, what we about to do, right? We're going to react to a dude named Nana Kwaku, okay? This tether has been online, and this is a call-in show, by the way. If you have any issues with what I'm saying, feel free to call in. We never have any issues with anybody calling in. We just ask to keep it decently respectful. We can throw jabs and jokes and stuff, but we try to keep it clean as possible, no curse words. Yeah, just keep it good for YouTube purposes. But so what's going on, right? And check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, link in the description if you guys want more content like this. I've been doing some one-on-one videos, no live streams, because I've been posting a lot of these live streams, the full hourly live streams on the Patreon for those who miss it. But if you guys want just one-on-one content or even a one-on-one consultation, just about if you should still move to Africa, if which countries are better for, avoiding the tethers and which countries are the most feminine women that haven't been infiltrated by Western mindset, hit me up on Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. We have a lot of great content there speaking on the such. And I'm getting back to these one-on-one videos, especially. I'm really excited to do that too, because, live streams are cool, but sometimes you need to restart it and you can't do it because you're like, damn, I start off kind of weak. I need to restart this again, with that energy. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that sometimes on the anyways. So what we're about to do is react to a tether named Nana Kwaku, right? So you guys see Oshedu Jackson. That's a good brother of mine. I've been on his channel. He's been on my channel. This is a good sound brother, man. When I first traveled to Africa, the dude was very welcoming. And, we didn't talk for a little bit, but, we start talking again, and we've been cool since, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, the brother, he's always been good inside of Africa. He's done a lot of things behind the scenes. I've heard a lot of things that he's done, has a few different channels too. You guys should look into these, support these as well. So he's done a lot of good for Africa, and I've done a lot of good too behind the scenes. You guys know I'm known for doing a lot of things publicly, donating to orphanages, being inside of certain campaigns. I've been on the news a couple of times in certain African countries just for certain things I've done that have been very great for the community, especially smaller communities on the outskirts. We're mainly talking about rural areas, especially in like Wales and things like that. But over time, I think it's just come to our attention as foundational Black Americans that, it's not being reciprocated. We do a lot of good inside of these African countries, but yet we have certain foolish Africans that say things like, oh, you guys don't deserve reparations. We're like, whoa, wait a minute. How can you say that we don't deserve reparations? Oh, you guys' situation isn't that bad inside of America. You guys don't deserve this funding. That's why the Somalians took it and used it on their communities. Whoa, wait a minute. We advocated to get you over here. This is how you repay us? Well, what should be happening is that when a tether speaks like that, they should be dealt with. There should be consequences to that. Nobody should ever speak up on the people that were sent over to be passed away. Nobody should ever speak on people that were sent over to America to be offed. See, the fascinating anomaly of the Black American is that when us foundational Black Americans arrived in this soil, our ancestors arrived here, we weren't supposed to live through this. We were actually supposed to be dealt with as objects and then be discarded of. Yet we became the most wealthy Black Americans or Black people, the most wealthy melanated people on this planet, on the face of this earth. We'll go down in history for having the strongest warriors, the ones that accomplished the most. A lot of you Africans can never compare. You guys had great warriors, but not like our foundational Black American brothers and sisters who fought very hard for us. None of you had that. If you did, your countries would be different. You guys had great warriors, but not the same level. It's just a fact. So the simple fact of the matter is that when we hear these Africans speak so foolish, we have to get on them, and we have to get on them quick and fast, because we need to make sure they stop multiplying, they stop replicating. They're very disgusting, demonic, backstabbing, snake-like creatures. We can't have that inside of our communities, especially when they look so much like us, right? We've advocated so much for them. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and react to a guy named Nana Kwaku. This dude's been talking a lot of ish about me, about O'Shea, about Austin, all these people inside the communities. And we got to see what's going on with this shit, man. We got to see what's going on. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see real quick. Boom. Kwaku. And I've given this dude an open invitation. Even this one is open invitation to call in, Nana Kwaku. If you, what a silly, goofy name too, but Nana Kwak, if you would like to call in, you have every, ability to. For some reason, he keeps running because I know he can see these lives. But for some reason, he doesn't want to call in. That's one thing these cowards do. And I've realized this is the type of tether. This guy, Nana Kwaku, you got to be careful with him because he's a very slimy, slippery creature. See, somebody like him, such a degenerate, he does what he has to do in order to, fabricate and make up lies and stories. He's a very demonic person. He's a very, very demonic person. You got to be careful with people like this, honestly. Got to be careful. So as you guys can see on your screen right here, let me pull it up. He made a video recently about me. He made multiple videos on me so far, but this was one that people was telling me, oh man, did you check this video? Did you check this video? I'm like, damn, let me check it out. Let me see what he has to say. And like I said, you have to be very careful about him because he's been saying crazy things about people, talking about O'Shea Duke Jackson and allegations of just wild things, just saying that he's done wild things with women and all this. And then Austin's out here doing some wild stuff. You can see that he has some type of sickness to where he's in love with foundational Black Americans in a very mentally deranged way. So you got to be careful with people like this, Let's see real quick. Shout out to, hold on. We have somebody named Abba Banks. I don't know. Is that like a yawn emoji? I can't really see it. It's so small. Let's go ahead and have you call in, though. Don't be cowardly. Don't be scared. We're usually pretty respectful over here. The only thing is if you say foolishness, you'll have to back it up with proof, facts, and evidence. And no cursing. Simple as that. Okay? But we do not like cowards that hide. We will disrespect you if you're a coward that hides. That's a fact because you're not a human that's worthy of respect. You might be human, but not a human that's worthy of respect, at least not mine. Maybe another coward's, but not mine. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue.
There is more superior to me.
By the way, I have to read the supporters' comments because we do have some great people that support me. Let me make sure to read theirs because they're most important. Young Villain says, I like your hustle. What 3 books impacted your work ethic or success the most? There's been a few good books. We can talk about that on Patreon, man. I'm very sparing on what I give out publicly, but I do have some life-changing books that will really help your life. Actually, we can talk about it right after this. If you check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, link in the description, also on the screen on that blue little ticker down there. But yeah, we can talk about that. There's definitely been some great books that I can suggest. Definitely some great books. And I don't really read books that much these days, but I am an audiobook listener. I do like a good audiobook, but it has to have a good narrator. It can't have somebody that's like, and the fox went jump. And then after that, the thing went this. I can't listen to those kind of geeky loser dudes. It needs to be somebody that sounds like they know what they're talking about. So that's how I listen to my audiobooks these days. But yeah. GM's Nightmare says, have you bought YouTube Premium yet? I haven't. Do you want to send in some support? If you send us some support, maybe I'll buy it right now on the live. Let's go ahead and get to the video, y'all. Boom.
When it comes to the finances, that's a fact. I don't have $1 million. I don't have $1 billion. So is O'Shea not in a superior financial position than a lot of Africans inside of Uganda? There's a lot of Ugandans that I've met when I was in Uganda that had good money. But the overwhelming majority of men that I met inside of Uganda, they wasn't having as much money as O'Shea. And I'm not saying O'Shea rich either. I don't know his bank account, but I do know from a few things I've seen of how O'Shea be living, he is making some decent money. And he's a very smart dude, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what it comes down to.
But there are richer people in Uganda than O'Shea.
That's why I said this is a very slimy creature. See, this guy's so focused on making content and making sure his hairline doesn't recede all the way back to Kingdom Come that he didn't even listen to what I just said. I didn't say that Ugandans are broken, that no Ugandans make money. Let's rewind and hear what I actually said. This guy is a sick dude. He doesn't listen. He's just so focused on content. He's not manly at all. Even when asking him to call in, he won't call in. It's very simple too. Just call in and represent your facts. Let's get to it. But don't be so cowardly and hide behind these cameras and shit. It's just sad. That's why nobody wants to make a video with this dude. Everybody has told me, oh, he's a slimy creature. I wouldn't even waste time on him. He's lower than a fingernail. He's not even anything, slap him with a pea hand or something. He's nothing. He's not a real human. So let's listen to what I said about the Ugandans.
That had good money, but the overwhelming majority of Ugandans that I've met when I was in Uganda that had good money, but the overwhelming majority of men that
when I was in Uganda, there was a lot of Ugandans that had good money, meaning that they're doing very good in life, right? But then I said the overwhelming majority
I met inside of Uganda, they wasn't having as much money as O'Shea. And
the overwhelming majority of Ugandans that I met did not have the same amount of money as O'Shea. This is a fact, and I'll still stick on it. That's a fact. Did I say that all Ugandans are broke, poor, and stupid? Nope. I just said that there's Ugandans that make good money. But the overwhelming majority of Ugandans that I ran into, they did not make as much as O'Shea. And who knows how much O'Shea makes? He might not even have that much money. But from what I've seen behind the scenes, the brother is doing decently well with his life. So that's what it is. That's just simply put.
I'm not saying O'Shea rich either. I don't know his bank account, but I do know from a few things I've seen of how O'Shea be living, he is making some decent money. And he's a very smart dude, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what it comes down to.
But there are richer people in Uganda than O'Shea. And even they don't talk like this.
Y'all want me to call O'Shea?
So these people...
What time is it? Oh, it's kind of late in Uganda right now, though. Y'all know I'm on South Africa time, so he's not too far from me. It's kind of late in Uganda. I probably shouldn't call him right now. Y'all let me know maybe if he's doing a live stream or anything, or maybe he's posting online. Let me know, and then I'll just call him up.
Gold O'Shea Duke Jackson is exploiting Africans. And then he does little good deeds on the side. Then he gets cover and people talk about it. I saw
How is he exploiting Africans? He's providing jobs and opportunity. I don't get how that's exploiting. Do you know exploiting is when you're not reciprocating, right? Exploiting is basically what the colonizers did when they took over your country and led you guys to be so upset that you had to go ahead and fight for your independence. That is exploiting, because enough was enough, right? That's exploiting somebody. And even now, they even still have certain deals with these country officials, right? So even though the country might have some form of independence, we notice that they're really not as free as they might believe.
Think tank make a video talking about how good O'Shea is doing in Africa. This is why I equate all these people the same. I don't care if you're Pan-African or not. I think...
Excuse me, y'all. I'm about to do something real quick, so it's going to change maybe the quality of my camera, but we're still going to be reacting. Give me a second.
These guys that disguise themselves as Pan-Africans are even worse.
Hey, right here, she twerking says, "What up, King? What countries in Africa would you recommend that's best for pay for play and safe?" Listen, brother, we do not advocate for that over here on this channel. We talk about legacy building. Now, if a man wants to go ahead and find out which countries have the most westernized women, because westernized women are more open to those type of, arrangements, not pay for play, but more for cool, we hang out for the night type of shit, we can talk about that, but we don't talk about pay for play over here. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. We don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about that. We talk about men living a moral life, men getting clean. Even on my recent masterclass that we just did recently, it was about how a man must get mental clarity before he starts traveling. Because if you do not get this, you'll ruin something good for you in a foreign country that you go to. So many men say, you know what, I'll just get a passport, I'm going to go travel. You have to ask yourself, why do I want to travel and go and pay for play? What's the point of that? Why do I want to live that type of lifestyle? Why is that? Why is that? A lot of foreign men, a lot of men from Western countries, right? The main thing that we're trying to get away from is Western women, right? But when you go into an environment and you're trying to get away from Western women and you have this mindset that's westernized, you can corrupt good women. We don't want you, pushing that into some of these societies, right? It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's just not a healthy way of living. It's just not a healthy way of living. Pay for play, that's just not healthy. We talk about men getting mental clarity first. Understanding is, do I really just want to be smashing all these type of random women? Or do I actually want something that makes more biological sense for my legacy? For instance, polygamy. When you have multiple women in your polygamous union that's healthy and not filled with perversion and maybe all this like, you know, bisexuality that a lot of people have in their fake polygamous unions, because that's not real polygamy. When the women are doing things with each other, that's not real. The way I do it, when I've had my women, if I have women currently, I wouldn't put them back on camera ever again in life, but they don't sleep in the same bed. We have certain morals. We have certain ways that we move because I'm trying to take this serious. This has to do with my legacy. This affects my future. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there. On this channel, we do not talk about pay for play. We talk about ways that you can go to a country and have a great time with a woman that's open to also enjoying your company, but we don't talk about pay for play. You know, we don't talk about that. No reason that you would need to pay. If you need to pay a foreign woman to get into the whoop-de-wops, you probably shouldn't be traveling just yet, because a lot of the foreign women, if they hear your accent, they're going to just want to get with you regardless. So the fact that a lot of dudes is, oh, let me just go off and trick in these foreign countries, that's not what we promote over here. Y'all can do what y'all want. Take what y'all want from this, what I'm saying. You're your own man. You can live your own life. I'm not trying to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm just saying on this channel, we don't talk about that. All right? Yeah. It's a party says it is true that South Africa have the highest HIV rate in the world. Oh, he said, is it true? Yes, it is true. Yes. They say it is true. They say a lot of things about South Africa, but that's what Google tells us. You know, I'll wait till we do a real census on the entire world and really see, because I think some of those numbers might be over or underreported. They also say South Africa is the most dangerous country on earth. A lot of very bad press for a country that I really do like, you know, so it's very interesting, you know, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Us white state dominating y'all Africans. Y'all Africans, you must have it confused. I'm a foundational Black American, sir. If you would like to call in, you can call in right here. Don't be cowardly. Don't be cowardly. Just go ahead and call in. Don't be scared. We usually keep it respectful. We let you speak, all that shit. But if you keep trolling in the comments, we're going to have to put you on timeout. Okay? And timeout for you gets bad because we put you guys in those, let me stop. Let me cool. It's cool. I had to go until I had to go on. But anyways, but yeah. So let's continue. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, though. Yeah, we speak on upright men. We speak on healthy legacy building men over here. You know, and there's nothing wrong. As I always say, there's nothing wrong with traveling and engaging with multiple women legally, and if they're willing, no problem, especially if they're grown women and they're consenting. There's no problem. I don't care if you hit the entire country. You know what I'm saying? And they're all grown women and they're willing and consenting. No problem. And they're of age. No issue. But, you know, there is a certain way you want to go about this too. You know, there's a certain way you want to go about this. You know, definitely doesn't, you don't want to start it off with tricking. If your only point of going to a country is tricking, that's, yeah, man, because it's the foreign women, man, you shouldn't have to trick on them like that. You really shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I believe, man, hey, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Women are beautiful. I get it. You know, but my thing is just like, you know, try to go into these countries and, you know, try to change up your mindset a little bit, man. Because, you know, just going in there with the thought, I can't wait to just pay for all it. That's not a healthy mindset to move anywhere in life with, you know? And women can sniff that out and then they can use you and play you. It can get bad. Annihilator Gator Slayer says, what up, big dog? What do you think of the skin bleaching and what about the coastal countries? Yeah, skin bleaching is pretty bad inside of West Africa, maybe even East Africa, even South Africa. People hate when I say this, but the truth is that in South Africa, a lot of the women, they skin bleach themselves, not in real life, but over their cameras. A lot of the women, you'll notice they take very light pictures and they do that and they say it's just the sun. No, it's not. You put 10 damn filters on this. Do you think I'm stupid? You put 5 filters trying to skin bleach yourself and 5 more filters trying to put the rose shit on your cheeks to make your cheeks look pink. No, you're a beautiful dark-skinned, brown-skinned queen. Remain as that. Stop trying to change yourself. So yeah, skin bleaching is a thing all around Africa. Even if it's not something they're physically doing to themselves, they're definitely doing it. They're definitely doing it on these cameras as well. because they do not appreciate their skin color because their governments and, you know, a lot of countries, they just haven't gone hard on like your melanin is important. For whatever reason, African countries, they will not teach the young women, you know, about how important their melanin is. So yeah, you'll notice skin bleaching is big, but it's not that much as you may think. In the coastal countries, yeah, they're not really dealing with it, you know, like they don't have too much skin bleaching going on in the coastal areas either. Like there is a lot, but it's not enough that you're going to be noticing something like every time you step out the house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm talking like once a week. Oh, she looks really light. Her knuckles are like this color. Maybe if you're really looking, you might see like maybe 5 a week out of like maybe, sure, if you see like a couple thousand people, but that's not that much. You know what I'm saying? It's not that much. So yeah. Best thing you can do if you do find a great African woman, you want to tell her, you know, your skin is very beautiful. You know, a lot of melanated people, they need to hear that more around the world. Even our foundational Black American sisters in America, you know, the real sisters, the real queens that remain, that are very minuscule too. I mean, they're almost smaller than the small violin in my hand. But yeah, we need to tell them all around the world that, you know, hey, that melanin is beautiful. I love teaching a Black woman about how beautiful and important her melanin is too. Yeah, she twerking and celebrity. Yeah, my bad, King. I'm not trying to promote paying for it. It's just, it's my first year out the country and I'm losing my mind, no cap. No, brother, I listen, and I appreciate you being man enough to really own up to that. And no, the truth is this, right? Enjoy, have a good time overseas. You're a man. Even though I say that I don't promote pay for play or promote, you know, promiscuity and all this kind of like hookup culture, I still want you to do what you believe you should do as a man. But I'll tell you, the way an upright man moves, or the way a legacy building man moves, you know, you want to move with a certain way. You know, there's a certain way that you move, you know, as a legacy building man. You know, your legacy is important, brother. And when you travel, you know, you might notice these decisions that you make today. When you try to go back to that country later on, you're kind of nervous, like, damn, I don't know if I can go there because I slipped up and I did a lot of shit my first year out. You know, man, I was out here just being a wild boy and shit. My name's kind of known for being like this. A lot of the ladies, you guys don't even know, this is some real game that I usually only put on patreon.com/Traveltriberaw, link in the description. A lot of y'all don't know. They have WhatsApp groups for foreign men that don't trick high enough. So you might find out that, damn, you're inside of some type of group chat that, you know, women are saying like, oh yeah, stay away from this guy. He poses like he has money, but he's really broke and he's not going to pay you. And, oh, this guy, he doesn't do this. And, oh, this guy, he wants all these favors for this amount of money. He's crazy. I have women around me all around the world, Africa, Asia, South America. They show me their devices. They show me these group chats. I've seen certain guys' names in there that I'm not going to mention, but I've seen things and they say things and they're like, wow, you know, like these guys don't pay. This is that, this is that. And I'm like, wow, you know, I can't believe, like, I know this dude. Like, I know this dude. Like, that's so crazy. I don't know him like that, but I know of him. That's wild. Like, you know, I've seen him in person before. Like, that's crazy. He's in this group chat. Oh my gosh, you really know him? Yeah, like, yeah, he's known to like really do. And I'm like, damn. So, and it's besides just that, it's just ethically, right? Ethically, it makes no sense, you know, because that's not a healthy way to move about this life. And then thirdly, just morality speaking, you shouldn't have to do all that. Like if you're a man, yeah, he says, wow, yeah, it's a fact, brother, it's a fact. And another thing too is if you do this now and you start as a trick, you're going to be known as a trick in these countries and you might get finessed. These women might be more inclined to want to drug you, rob you, and play you. I've heard a lot of stories, man. So I'm saying y'all got to be careful about how y'all moving when it comes to dealing with these demonic chicks. All right, y'all got to be careful how y'all moving. You know, ladies in that industry, they're only going to bring ungodly energy to your life. You know, and we're not big on religion here. God knows I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just here to say that, you know, if you move your first year right, and like I said, you your own man, bro. What can I say? You your own man. Do as you please. I'll say like this. Check out my Patreon masterclass called Financial Freedom Masterclass. It is a great masterclass, man. I'm telling you, because it explains what you can do if you're trying to go just quickly and you're trying to get women just fast, or if you're trying to actually get women for marriage and for wifing material, how to vet them, how to know exactly if she's the one. And it talks about how to get women fast. We're not talking about tricking here. We're just talking about methods that can keep you safe if you are going to be somebody that's looking for women just for the night. Not illegally, not underage, none of that shit, but just for the night or something quick. We have that on the Financial Freedom Masterclass. And shout out to the folks that are watching me over on Twitch. We're not really going to stream that much on there much more because Twitch ain't really hitting like YouTube do, but I really do like streaming on YouTube though. It's a nice audience here. I know Austin said something about him leaving YouTube and stuff, but I'm gonna be here for a while, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I like YouTube. So anyways, yeah, that's what it is, man. So check out that masterclass, man, Financial Freedom Masterclass. You can also get a tailored consultation with me as well because we have 2 masterclasses up right now. You can also get a tailored consultation with me and you get exclusive access to all my content with ladies all around in these different countries, you know? But yeah, all I'm saying, brother, to just end off, Stephen Miles says, it's okay, bro. You can pay for it if you want to. We don't need you to ruin these or leave them to us players. You pay for it if we don't need you to. Okay. But anyways, yeah, man, like I said, do what you want to do with them. But I'll say like this, it should be pretty easy for you if you're an American, if you're from a Western country. Check out that masterclass on the Patreon, bro, because it explains ethical ways to get these women that won't get you into any trouble. You know what I'm saying? Just ways to peacock and, how to really get ththese ladies. There's different methods and things that I've heard other men do that really works. And it doesn't have to do with tricking and paying and shit. It's just better. It's just better. My masterclass has really been thought out. The reason I don't just drop them every day like other content creators is because I actually take the time to run the numbers, run the science behind them, make sure that they'll actually provide you men with substantial advice. You know what I'm saying? Something that can really help your life. It's just from my 6 years of traveling. What do I know? Just 6 years of traveling all around the world, and I've just noticed that tricking doesn't get you that far, man. It really doesn't. These women actually, I just said, you have to, bruh, check out my recent Patreon video with the woman. There was a woman that she didn't live in my apartment complex. The dude brought these women over to his apartment, and I'm sure in his mind, he probably thought to himself, it's going to be a quick night. I have a whole bunch of ladies here. We're going to have a good time. The police raided our entire apartment complex. He wasn't in my apartment or nothing like that. He was like the next door neighbor, but they raided the entire complex and rummaged through his home. You know what I'm saying? And I think he went to jail. And I did see one dude inside of his apartment when I kind of poked my head out the door. So I don't know if that was still him, or his friend or something. But there was a lot of ladies, and one of the ladies didn't make it. There was blood all over. It gets bad because you're dealing with ungodly women. They're looking for fast money. So if they can get the police involved, then they can even get more money because they'll tell the police, hey, if you want to go ahead and do this, I'll give you this much money. Get this American to give me $100 and I'll give you 20 USD. I'll give you 20 USD. Just get this American to give me $100. Tell me you're going to take him to jail. Sometimes these ladies too, and this is another thing, when they're in that industry, sometimes they also have their uncles are part of the police force. They have fake police that will come to your home. You guys see, I've seen situations like this. It's important to be careful, move smart in these countries. Man, I'm telling you guys, when you're dealing with ungodly women, they'll do ungodly things. You think it stops with just the tricking, but it doesn't. It's a party and your mom says, it can't be that bad. Do you see guys tricking in real time? It is actually that bad. No, I haven't seen guys tricking in real time, but I know a lot of guys that do. And I've heard a lot of stories. I've seen a lot of group chats. See, you guys don't really see what's happening is so many men, you guys aren't behind the scenes like me. So there's players and there's the person that creates the game. I'm one of the creators. Then you have the players, the ones that play the game. For the creators, we sit back and we watch you men get extorted and played. We don't get played because we're not playing the same game. You're the player. You're the trick. So the way that you're living your life and you're seeing, you haven't seen the tricks getting played in real time. You haven't seen the tricks happening in real time. Yeah, I might not see the guy actually going up to the woman, but I'll see the women in their group chats and what they're saying about you men. I'm seeing from above. You're only seeing first person, right? What's in front of you. I'm seeing the whole entire landscape. I know a lot of things that's happening in these countries, man. I'm telling you. You guys know, I mean, the type of man I am, I mean, you got to be a great man to be polygamous. You know, 2 women, come on. Like that's, I don't know if you guys think, you guys can try to replicate it. Go to Africa right now and try to find 2 women that will be open to polygamy. I don't care if you do get a rural woman. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a certain type of man for women to respect you the type of way that I get respect from these women. You guys remember my polygamy started in America. 2 beautiful queens too. It was my foolish fault for trying to add in a 3rd, you know, because I was trying to go off with some ancient polygamy, trying to do things. Anyways, that's a long story, but you know, yeah, I'm a game maker. I create the game. You just play it. So yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. So be careful, guys. Be careful. I'm just giving you guys advice, but do as you please. One thing about me, I'm not a beggar. I'm not going to really convince you. I'm not going to convince you that, you know, not tricking is your best move. No, if you feel like this is what you need to do with your life, and I say you shouldn't do it, and you still do it, hey, you're your own man. This is your own life. But I'll just say exercise caution. And if you don't want to do that too, no problem. No problem. Because it can get really bad and really fast. Let's get back to this tether that had a lot to say about me, a foundational Black American.
And just a regular Black folk that doesn't know anything about Africa and just visits. See, O'Shea has become a pain in the butt of Africans, man. And I'm very disappointed in Uganda. I don't know why they keep renewing these visas. They got him out of there. And I think
because we got money, fool. We got money. What don't you guys understand? They have to renew your visa. We got money. These countries love money. What's wrong with these dudes, man? What's up with these guys? I don't know why they just letting O'Shea come to the country. Yeah, he got money. His money talking.
I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all that money
illegal. The hell, just because you in your pissy fit, you ain't putting your goddamn diapers today doesn't mean everybody else hasn't. The hell, you better understand what's going on, man. We coming from the country where money is money. We got money.
I must have left this dude speechless, man. He made a whole video talking about me and hasn't said goddamn anything. Damn.
In our country. This ain't some shit that you can just lose. Do you understand if Americans stop going to certain countries, that whole entire society will cripple? They need that American dollar, man. I ain't even trying to be cocky. This is a fact. Some countries really rely on that tourism shit, man. And a lot of people come from America. Y'all don't even understand how deep this game goes, man. Y'all just be talking. This dude just talking for real.
He paid some bribes to get back in there. And he's only been there for about a month and he started all over again. I'm like, Ugandans, when are you going to open your eyes, man?
Open their eyes to what?
We can't keep fighting your battles for you. We have more serious problems in Africa to add these PTSD generators to our problems. He showed you who he was. He got out of there. And then he worked his way back into that place, probably by bribing his way.
Oh, now he's.
And then he gets drunk, fires up a live stream, really disgraces himself, and then just straight out insult the same Africans that are hosting him. I'm not hosted in America by the Black community. I don't make any money off of the Black community in America.
That's cap. All these videos that you're doing, fabricating lies about Black people, you're definitely making money off those, brother.
I don't. I work in corporate America. That is my...
JB, we're not even talking about South Africa right now. What are you talking about? What are you...
All right, well, that was the video. Let me see something real quick. Am I tripping?
Is O'Shea not in a superior financial position than a lot of Africans inside of Uganda? There's a lot of Ugandans that I've met when I was in Uganda that had good money, but the overwhelming majority of men that I met inside of Uganda, they wasn't having as much money as O'Shea. And I'm not saying O'Shea rich either. I don't know his bank account, but I do know from a few things I've seen of how O'Shea be living, he is making some decent money. And he's a very smart dude, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what it comes down to.
But there are richer people in Uganda than O'Shea. And even they don't talk like this.
Y'all want me to call O'Shea?
So these people...
What time is it? Oh, it's kind of late in Uganda right now, though. Y'all know I'm on South Africa time, so he's not too far from me. It's kind of late in Uganda. I probably shouldn't call him right now. Y'all let me know maybe if he's doing a live stream or anything, or maybe he's posting.
It's exploiting Africa.
Or maybe it's kind of
They don't, but
so not a period to me. When I would say that $1 million, I don't have $1 billion. And that's a period. There's a lot of Ugandans that I've met when I was in Uganda that had good money, but the overwhelming majority of men that I met inside of Uganda, they wasn't having as much money as O'Shea. And I'm not saying O'Shea rich either. I don't know his bank account, but I do know from a few things I've seen of how O'Shea be living, he is making some decent money. And he's a very smart dude, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what it comes down to.
but there are richer people in Uganda than O'Shea. And even they don't talk like this.
Y'all want me to call O'Shea?
Oh, you know what's crazy? Wow, that's crazy. I must be losing my mind. I actually thought earlier because I guess my video quality was like a bit slow right here. So I was looking at his mouth and it wasn't moving. So I thought he paused the video and he said, "Oh, he's saying Ugandans don't have money." And that's why I reacted to that. I was like, no, I didn't say Ugandans don't have money and stuff. So anyways, I'm realizing how I, kind of butchered that a little bit. That guy is a PhD, a player hating D-head. Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's the only PhDs they really be getting, huh? All the rest is fabricated, huh? Shout out to the Africans with the real degrees, but damn, some of these tethers, I believe that dude is a Hamite. That's why he has so much hatred for Black Americans. That's a good point. He does have a lot of hatred, and it's very odd. You have to really ask yourself this question though with some of these Africans, like, are they really Africans, or like they CIA or some type of infiltrator from some type of like organization? I don't know if you guys know, us melanated people, we have a great thing going over here in America. We're the last bit of melanated people on this planet Earth that are willing to really fight this hard for our rights. A lot of these other countries, man, these people, they just let shit happen. They don't have certain organized gangs and people that will advocate for the Black community. We got some allies with some white people that will blow some shit up for Black Americans if you mess with us. I'm saying we the only, I don't know any country that got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, as much as we talk about these LGBTQs, man, some of these white boys, man, they'll blow some shit up for a Black American. Why you keep talking about Black Americans? Bow, blow your shit up, man. Do I advocate for violence? No, but I'm saying, damn, Nana the Tether, right? Exactly. I'm happy you know his real name because I didn't know what he's talking about. Nah. Hey, I didn't know what he was talking about. Larry J says, no, Sam, he's an Ashanti from Hamites are East African. Okay. Yeah, though. Yeah, so, that's what's happening with that. But yeah. I hate that guy in Afro Think Tank. Afro Think Tank, another Tether dude, huh? I have to check him out one of these days. Matter of fact, let's check him out now. But yeah, I was just reacting to this dude because I guess he's made some videos on me. He made videos on O'Shea. I'm like, damn, bro, you must have an issue. He said, low IQ, e-begging, broke Black, thinks he has money by default. I don't even know what he's talking. I didn't even mention my own money in that video. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, man. The dude's like I feel like he like one of those dudes that kind of like argue with himself. If y'all was here from the last stream, he probably need an AI therapist. Because a human therapist will listen to something this Tether's saying and be like, I need to go to the police. See, the AI therapists, they don't be reporting you like that. They save the conversation, but they ain't gonna report you. You know what I'm saying? So man, yeah, be careful out here. Sheesh. Okay. Let me see. I think he made some other video about me, but anyways, I'm off of this dude. Let's go to Nana or the guy Think Tank. Let's go to the Think Tank. B-Bank 8. Oh, Bank says, so why you fled to Africa? The poor fool can't even speak proper English. He said, why? So why you fled to Africa? Why you fled? So why you flee to Africa? And this is how these Africans be talking to. They be saying, when you come to America, be careful of those Blacks. They can't even speak proper English. And this person says, so why you flee to Africa? Why you flee? Why you flee to Africa? Why? You mean, why did you flee to Africa? Why you flee to Africa? This dude is ghetto. This African is a ghetto hood rat. Living in Hut Street on the side of Bushmeat Hills and Avenue. He out here wilding. Oh my goodness. Let me see real quick. Afro Think Tank is a Black American. I think he's a diehard Pan-African. He's some dumb stuff about. Let me tell you guys something real quick. Let's have a serious conversation before we get to Afro Think Tank, right? Matter of fact, this is what I want to do. Let me put the call-in link for this dude real quick because he was talking shit. Listen, Abba Bank, you have one more foolish message to send or we're going to get rid of you, okay? We're going to put you on timeout. Now, we won't keep you on timeout. And if you leave another message after that, we'll just completely block you completely. Or you can just do the non-cowardly thing, which is to call in. You know, you said, so why did you flee to Africa? I'll give you an answer because I didn't flee to Africa, but I'll give you an answer. Just, I need you to call in real quick. You have the link right here. We'll have the discussion. But there's no more chatting inside of the chat, okay? We can't do that. After you finish the call, I do something that no other content creator does. I let you go back to the comments and troll. You can go back to trolling in the chat. And also, since you're so cowardly, you don't even have to turn on your camera. A lot of cowards, they choose not to be seen publicly. No problem, even though I have to be seen publicly. But hey, cool. You want to be faceless. You don't even want to give a real name. That's cool. But we do need you to call in, though. We do need you to call in. And yeah, we'll get you sorted, okay? All right. So I want to have a serious conversation, right? Because this person here, Jeff, says Afro Think Tank is a Black American. Hold on, let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Let me show you guys something real quick. All right, there we go. Go. Boom, blam. Okay. So you guys know I'm a Black American. I've traveled all around Africa. And a lot of people ask this question, right? Well, you know, Afro Think Tank, you know, he's a Black American. This person leaves a comment here saying Afro Think Tank is a Black American. I think, but he's a diehard Pan-African. He's on some dumb stuff about Black Americans and worships of Africans. So this is what's going on, right? See, a lot of people are wondering, well, why do so many Black Americans have such love for Africa? Why do so many Black Americans believe that, you know, Africa is, you know, their home and, you know, Africa is just a place to be? Why do so many Black Americans find Africa to be more spiritual, etc.? What's really happening here is we as melanated people from Black America, we have been put inside of a very wicked and different system that's ever been seen on the face of this planet. The truth is that our, you know, situation here in America is like no other. We are dealing with a form of Stockholm syndrome. We're dealing with a class of people that were raised by a different government and a certain people that were manipulated then by that government to believe that we all came here on slave ships and we're all just slaves at heart. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening is we have certain Black Americans, like I'm guessing this guy, Afro Think Tank. I haven't seen his channel yet, but I'm guessing that he's similar to how I used to be, a Black American that traveled to Africa and said, oh, Africa is home. Every Black American needs to come to Africa. Africa is a great place. You guys know I used to talk like this a lot. But the reason that I stopped talking like this is because I realized that, you know what? A lot of us African, you know, a lot of us Black Americans, right? We're not exactly African. You know, a lot of us Black Americans, we don't have African DNA like that. Okay, that's okay. Let me start over because I'm already cooked. I know I'm cooked because I know that didn't come off right. Let me restart from the jump. Damn, excuse me. At least something's in my damn shit. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. What's going on is this, right? as a Black American, you guys know I've traveled all around Africa, and something that a lot of Black Americans, start to figure out after they've been in Africa for so long is that Africa isn't really the home that we thought it was going to be. Number one, a lot of the people inside of Africa, they do not look at us like their brother or sister. A lot of Africans countries, they have very corrupt governments. And a lot of the Africans, unfortunately, they don't have the same foundational Black American spirit that a lot of our ancestors had. So just imagine, right? We get into a country and we see like a white person hitting some African person upside the head, like, you need to do better. And we think to ourselves, whoa, like, I've had foundational Black American sisters tell me, hey, like, why, damn, don't hit that African woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, they telling me that like a white dude or an Indian dude will just backslap, an African woman or African dude. And the sisters, they'll feel so inclined because they have that spirit of the strong foundational ancestors to be on some like, hey, you don't treat people like that. We're humans. But a lot of us Black Americans, we wondering, damn, why don't they have that for themselves? What's going on? This comes down to a form of programming that a lot of these African governments have done on their people. They manipulate their people to believe that God's going to come. The reason that, you're in such a situation right now is because, God, is this is something that you have to get through and then God will bless you. And a lot of these Africans, they get to the end of their life and they're like, damn, God never blessed me. Well, that's because God isn't coming to save you. You have to save yourself. But a lot of these Africans, they don't understand that because their oppressor is different from the foundational Black Americans' oppressor. Our oppressor was a white man. We could clearly see that this person was not us. So they don't care about us. Look at how they treat us. But for a lot of these African people inside of their minds, when they see themselves as the leader of the country, they say to themselves, well, damn, this person is me. So clearly I can trust them. Clearly my government and country loves me, and my God loves me. The same God that they told me to worship for all these years. Clearly my country loves me. So I'm going to go ahead and keep worshiping a system that's not worshiping me or assisting me in any type of way or uplifting me like a real system is supposed to if it really cares for you. So what's happening is we got a lot of these, foundational Black Americans, they coming into, Africa and they get a surprise like, damn, wait a minute, these Africans ain't really as smart, they're not really as calculated as we thought they was going to be. How we going to get out here and all you guys do is ask us for money, and y'all say that we don't deserve reparations. I mean, we start to realize, damn, it's a lot of lies we've been told about Africa. You know what I'm saying? Where's all the spirit of, revolution? Where's the spirit of, the ancestors fighting and pushing hard for you guys to achieve greatness? A lot of African countries, they trying, but the only countries right now that I can see that are actually paving ways to bring Africa back, the real Africa, is Burkina Faso and the Sahel states. The rest of the countries in Africa, I don't really know what their plan is. A lot of countries you go to as a foundational Black American, you realize like, damn, their country is just big on begging. A lot of them are beggars. A lot of them are okay with abuse from their messed up corrupt governments. A lot of them aren't uprising like that. And it's sad to see because there's nothing good that comes out of that. So, that's what's happening. So a lot of us foundational Black Americans, when we come out there to Africa, we're so, heavy on, trying to uplift our brothers and sisters over there, but they're not big on uplifting themselves and trying to accomplish greatness in their countries. In their mind, they say, okay, if anything, all Africans always tell me, every country I've been to in Africa, every single one, you guys know I've been to half of the countries in the continent. Goddamn, it's damn near, it could be even more than that or less, who knows? But I've been to a lot inside of the African continent. I'll tell you this, every country I've been to, they always tell me, hey man, take me with you to America. No, bro, but please, what do I have to do? Please take me. And I'm like, damn, man, hey, relax. Hey, man, damn, okay, get off of me, man. Damn, you good? No, man, please, I want to go. I was sneaking your suitcase, whatever. I'm like, damn, bro, like, fix your country. Well, what's going on with that? Fix your country. These are the same Africans that have the audacity to be like, oh, you don't deserve, reparations, all type of shit. So anyways, as I was saying, and I see we got some comments coming in, right? But before we get into the foolishness, and by the way, if you've talked any shit so far, because you guys know I haven't really been looking at the comments like that, you must call in right now. If you don't call in now, we're going to remove you from the video. Now, the thing about my channel is great. For you African tellers that are having so much hatred in your heart, so much stupid shit, all the shit y'all talking in the chat, The great thing about my channel is this. You can call in, you can speak your piece, no curse words because this is YouTube. You can speak your piece. You don't have to show your face. You can use a fake name. And after that, you can come back to the chat and keep talking shit. But you have to call in first. We have to have the conversation first. Then you can go back to the foolishness. But we have to keep it like that. All right? That's how we keep it raw and real over here. Okay? So I see some people still talking shit, man. We're going to have to get rid of some folks. Hello. Please state your name and what is your origin? What is your nationality?
My nationality?
Yeah. Who are you? Are you foundational Black American, African, whatever? What's your lineage?
What's up, fresh boy? What's going on, boy?
All right. Are you African or are
you doing, man? Where you at?
Interesting. So you're a
nigga,
tether.
I'm from here.
Let's
place people get blown, walk up and blow your head away. Yeah, quick, that place.
Listen, real quick. You don't have to act fake tough over here. We know you're a coward. You're not even showing your face. You're showing your legs and your thighs. It's actually kind of homo. But
I'm showing you my shoe. But hold on. I just came off. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, don't be cowardly. Just show your face. Let's get to it.
Hold on. Right? There's no coward, boy.
All right.
I'm not no problem. Profile. Hold on.
No problem. Let's get to it.
Hold on a second.
Come on.
There you go. That's better.
You're not that foolish. You know how to do it. Go ahead and turn on your
camera. How you doing, man? Where you at, dude?
Face it. Listen. Face your camera to your face like you said you'll do, and let's engage in a conversation. We don't even have to curse at each other. We can actually keep it respectful. I just want to know why you're a tether and what exactly is going on with you. That's it.
Why do you want to see my face so bad, dude?
Why can't you show
I'm giving you a conversation.
Okay, no problem. So you're too cowardly to show
I don't
your face.
have to.
No. Okay, fine. So which
I'm not cowardly. I just said, how you doing, dude?
You gotta hold on. Okay? You gotta just hold on real quick, okay? Let me get you.
Just relax.
Let me get you here real quick.
You can talk.
Let me get you here real quick. Well, hold on. Let me get you here. Let me ask you this: Are you Humvo Cinco? Is this you? Is this you right here?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Are you Humvo Cinco?
No.
Okay, which one were you in the chat so I can see?
Yeah, coward. Yes, I am a coward. Yes.
Yeah, I know you're a coward, but which one were you in the chat? Which one were you so we can have our conversation?
Yeah, I'm a coward, but I go at people. I don't just go at my own race. I go at other people too, other races. But go ahead,
no problem.
talk.
No problem. Which one were you in the chat though? That's what I want to know. Which one were you in the chat?
I'm fresh boy. You see the thimble, whatever, the little picture right here.
Okay,
it's a barbershop.
So your message was
So what's going on, dude? How you doing, bud? Where you at, man?
Hold on. Wait, man. Damn, you're like an anxious tether. Like, relax. Let me read your message first, boy. Damn. You're like a child. Golly, fresh boy. But I told you you're too intelligent to be brainwashed by a house niggas like Tariq Nasheed. Boy. Interesting. Okay, and then let me see what else you said in the chat. All right. So, okay, now we can have our discussion. Damn, man, you all over the place. Real quick, what's going on with you? Because you sound foundational. You sound like a Black American.
I'm a whatever the foundation, whatever you want to call it.
So you learn to replicate us. You learn to replicate our voice, or are you actually a Black American?
What is our voice?
You know how we speak. So I'm saying, did you?
How do we speak? So do we all like sour green Jolly Ranchers? You can dance. You can rap. Can you sing? Can you play sports? Are you good at that?
Listen, we have to have.
I'm just asking you. That's the we thing. Now, what's going on, man? Where you at, dude?
All right. Now listen, right? Check this out. Now let me ask you this, right? They say his hairline is missing. Okay. Anyways, let me ask you this, right? When you say don't act like Tariq Nasheed, what do you mean by this?
I mean, I heard that those terms from people like him, but that's the first time I heard it. So I'm like, hold on, why is they coming up with this stuff? Nobody wants to hear about that shit. Nobody wants to hear about that.
No problem. Now,
it's like picking fights everywhere you go. Who wants to pick a fight everywhere you go?
Right, no problem. So what
Right?
am I saying that is like what Tariq Nasheed is saying? Go ahead and tell me what I've said that replicates what Tariq Nasheed says.
Hold on one second. I couldn't really hear you.
Of course you can't. I said
No,
go ahead and
I have the
replicate.
thing on, but it's not loud.
Of course. I get it. No problem. Now,
I
what
can
have
hear
I
you
said?
better now.
No problem. Now, what have I said that replicates what Tariq Nasheed is saying?
I mean, you're talking that tether thing and this and that, and I'm like, who
Yes.
wants to hear about that right now? It's like people who are finding reasons to divide people. You know, you got to look at them with the side eye. Like, what are you really trying to accomplish?
Right. Now,
Who's your man?
Let me ask you this. How many countries in Africa have you traveled to?
I've been to about four or five. How many have you been to, bud?
I've been to about 10 times that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been
In
to
Africa?
damn near. Listen, I've been to a lot of countries in Africa. I'm not going to say all the countries. You guys can check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. Check out my content out, type of country, you'll probably see it.
Travel.
Check this out, right? Check this out. No, check this out. I've been to a lot of countries.
Travel. Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't. Not right now as I'm answering something. So check this out, right? You said that I'm saying certain things like Tariq Nasheed. You say I'm using the term tether, right? Let's stay on topic as men. That's what we have to do. Focus is very important.
Okay. Well, I mean, you went off topic with that.
God, I'm not off topic, you fool. Just listen. Damn. You talk too damn much. Listen.
You don't have to call nobody a fool, man.
Jeez, man. This guy is one of these guys. I'll be quiet when you speak, but just let me get this out, okay? Because you're all over the place. So you said I speak like Tariq Nasheed. You said I'm using terms like tether. You said I'm dividing people more. Now, my thing is this. I asked you, I said, how many countries have you personally traveled to inside of the continent of Africa? You said 4. I said I've been to way more, okay? The reason I mentioned that I've been to way more is so you can understand that I have a better understanding of Africa than maybe you have. Now, the truth is that in a lot of the countries I've been to in Africa, the fact of the matter is a lot of them say us Black Americans do not deserve reparations. That's an issue. If I decide to use
I haven't heard that.
No problem. You haven't heard that. You've only been to 4 African countries. No problem. This is assumed that it would be known.
No, I mean, you can go somewhere.
But I'll say like this. I'll say like this.
Okay.
I can.
What you got to say there, dude?
Jeez, this dude you're a talker, huh? Do you have a woman? Like, I mean, you talk more than a biatch. Like, damn, man. You talk.
Why you got to insult me, though, bro?
That's great. I'm not insulting you. I mean, you was asking
me. Why you got to insult me, though? You talking this and that. Like, you know everything.
Like, this dude is all over the place, guys. So, anyways, I'm saying this, right? Check this out.
Go ahead, say it.
This guy is saying that, okay, you're using terminology like tether. He's saying I'm causing more of a divide. How can I cause a divide when people that have sold us out are saying things like we do not deserve reparations? How can I be the one causing a divide or division? No, things need to be said. I'll let you speak. Go ahead. I'll let you speak. Go, speak, man. You said you want to speak. Speak. Can you believe this shit? Now, so this is my thing, right? This is my thing. I'm saying this, right? We want to divide from these tethers. I don't have any issue with melanated brothers around the world who speak highly of Black Americans and say, you know what, you guys do deserve reparations. Out of all the melanated people on this planet Earth, you guys have been done the worst hand, and you guys did way more with way less. If anything, we should be uplifting you, encouraging you, and respecting you, especially, and if we're not going to respect you, at least respect what your ancestors have built, respect what your ancestors have left, right? And he ran like a coward that he is. Very unfortunate. We still gonna kick you out because we gotta have this discussion. If you're not gonna have the discussion, then we gotta get you out of here. You can't run from this. You can't run. We finish the conversation, then you go back to the chat and you control. We have to have our conversation though. We just cannot interrupt each other. I know I'm wasting the time. I know. But I do like to get people to understand certain things, right? Some people are saying that, okay, people like Tariq Nasheed and foundational Black Americans are people that are dividing people. That's not true. We are not dividing the people that matter. We're dividing foolish tethers. You know, we're dividing people that This person, Hunvo Cinco, says, why are you ducking me, Akata? Listen, I want you to call in, all right? I want you to call in, and you can speak your piece too, okay? You can speak your piece too. We're going to put you on timeout if you don't call in, though, okay? That's how we work around here, all right? It looks like we got this dude back, all right? So, as I was saying, right? I'm saying there's no... Are you okay? Like, why do we have to see
you? Chill out. I'm just... I had to do that. There we go. Sorry, buddy. I had to... My other phone, the battery had died.
Can I ask you something? Are you a part of the LGBTQ community?
No, actually, I'm Muslim. Now, bust your jaw open. How about that?
Are you really Muslim when you talk like that?
Yeah, I'll bust your whole jaw open if you try to call me a homo.
And what makes you believe that you can truly bust my jaw open?
I can bust your whole jaw open, boy.
What makes you believe that?
No, hold on. Don't ever insult me like that.
Well,
okay?
No. I actually have to ask because the way that you sound and the way that you're moving, you're very sporadic, and you like to show us your legs and your little size 3 toes. You know,
what
it's
you talking about, man?
It's very
I'll take
odd,
that pick out of your head and slap you in your face. Nigga.
It's very odd. You know, you have this kind of energy that's so effeminate and it's soft. Like you have this. You have this.
You don't have to insult.
All right, no. I'm gonna talk. You're not gonna overtalk me on my channel, fool. It's so sad. So and don't run either, because we're gonna let you speak. We gotta get to this though. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. You say you can bust my jaw open. What makes you truly believe that you can do that though? Like, you know what's crazy? What makes you really, really believe that you can do that? What makes you really, really believe that? No, I know some people are saying that I'm wasting my time talking to them. I just want to really know though, like what, I mean, because you know, in America, right, you can get shit done. You know what I'm saying? And even if it was just these, you can get shit done, right? So that's why I'm asking them, what makes you believe that you could really be able to do that? Like, it's really kind of, it's a bit spooky too, because I'm like, that's why I asked, are you a part of LGBTQ? Because I'm like, no man just shows his legs and I don't know why you just keep showing your legs. You don't want to show your face. You're very cowardly. You know, all of these. And then you have this voice sometimes too. It's like a Norbit kind of sounding, and I'm the one with the glasses, but you sound more effeminate than me. So I'm trying to figure out what makes you truly believe that you'll be able to break my jaw, all this stuff like that. What makes you really believe that? I'm going to give you the floor, and then I'm going to speak after that because I want to get back to the topic, all right? All right? So there you go. You have the floor right now. Wasting time talking to these people. I know.
I know you're wasting time, but the thing is, when you bring somebody up, and I follow you for a while. I like you. I just don't believe that you would talk like that. I don't know.
No, please don't like me. Please don't like me. I don't want you to like me.
I don't understand why you would talk like that to somebody. Like somebody you start insulting somebody off the break. There's no need to do that.
Right when you came onto the live, what did you say?
There's no need to insult somebody. There's no need to call them out of their sex or whatever. You know, questioning somebody's religion. I never questioned who you were.
When you came onto the live, what did you say to me?
Well, the thing is, I don't like what you're saying.
No, but you said, where am I at? You said, where am I? You said, where am I at? You said, where am I at?
By a house nigga.
You said, where am I at? Meaning that you wanted some smoke.
So no, I said, where you at? Like, I know
you're acting like a goddamn peon. Don't act like a peon. Don't act like a peon. You said that, hey, where are you at? That's what you said.
No. No. It's not like that.
But that's what you sounded like. You sound like you had a problem. So that's
why. My bad. I didn't mean to sound like that. It was like a little brother. Where you at, little brother? I didn't know because I was like, hey, I see you in Kenya with the girls, and that was good. And I see you in South Africa and a couple other countries. So it's not like, hey, where you at? I'm coming to find you.
So why did you?
Ain't nobody finding nobody.
So then tell me this.
Today's link.
No problem. Yeah. So why did you leave the comment that you left?
Oh, because like I said, I didn't like either way you're talking is like it's off basis. It's like, you know, why try to find that separation instead of trying to find things to bring people together or find something to bring something new to help somebody? Why?
Now, if I may answer your question, because I want to hear your rebuttal. I want to hear your rebuttal. You said, why separate? Why would I want to cause division? I want to cause division because I do not like tethers that speak bad about my ancestors. If you say to me, that, hey, you as a foundational Black American, you say to me, hey, you as a Black American do not deserve reparations. And I'm hearing a lot of Africans speaking like that. I say to myself, well, damn, we need to separate from you goddamn tethers because you guys are demonic and evil. Simple. What is your rebuttal?
Okay, let me just say this. I heard you say that, and I heard you say you've been to so many countries and this and that. But I actually hang around a lot of Africans.
Shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out to Jeff. He's showing some love, man. Shout out to Jeff, man. You know, we gotta have the topic, man. We gotta have the conversations, all right?
Okay. This is the thing. I know a lot of African people, and I've known them for like 20 years, and from like several different countries. I've never heard any of them say any of these things that some of y'all are saying. I've heard them, they criticize, sometimes they criticize the culture. The culture here is bad. It's not good. I mean, you can't mistake it. I seen somebody someone had gotten killed on Martin Luther King's birthday. Those things you can't look past. You just know what happened. A lot of people come here, they know what happened. They've heard this and that, but they don't know how intricate it is. And a lot of them, they come here, and a lot of us as African Americans, we really don't mingle with the other races too much.
Yo, Jeff, I'm telling you, boy, I said, is this dude tether babbling? Like, bro, what are you talking about?
I mean, what are you talking about? Hold on, what are you talking about? No, it's not babbling. That's not babbling.
I told you.
That's the truth. I know a lot of people.
Check it out. I said, these dudes are disrespecting us in our ancestry. You telling me, why are you being mean to them? Why can't I be mean to people that are saying that we don't deserve reparations? We made it for you guys to be able to come here, and now you're going to come here and tell us that we don't deserve some shit? Yeah, we got to call them some tethers. We got to call them out. What you mean?
Well,
The real question is, why would you want to not have division with people that don't want to see you succeed? Why would you want to be around those people and integrate with them? Even Martin Luther King knew that he did wrong when he talked about integrating into the society. He said he feels like he led his people into a burning building. Yeah, because you can't integrate with people who don't want to integrate with you. These people come here, they do certain things, and then they brag about it too. Somalians, they've said, you can hear these dudes literally say this shit. Oh, yeah, we come to your country, we go ahead and take the money, scam off with it. We take all that foundational Black American money. We hope y'all don't get reparations. How could you want to be associated with people like that? So please answer that.
I never heard no one say that. Now, I've known Somalians, I know Ethiopians, people from Mali, people from Senegal, people from Sierra Leone, Liberia, a lot of countries. I've never heard anybody say that. It's amazing. If you see that, record it and put it up on your channel. I would like to see that. Jeff, if you see that, if I'm babbling, you put it up on your channel and post it, Jeff. I want to see it, Jeffy.
All right. Humbo Cinco, we about to get rid of you because you're not calling in and you're too cowardly to even call in. That's very sad because even this dude, even though he was being cowardly, not trying to show his face,
I don't have to show my face.
Because you're a coward. You're a coward and you're a tether, really. You're cosplaying.
So where are you from, man?
You know where I'm from. You from LA? Me, I don't watch you. You know where I'm from. I'm from Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
Okay.
You know exactly where I'm from. Yeah, so don't play yourself. Don't play yourself.
That's good.
Don't play yourself. Where are you from?
I'm not playing myself.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from like
Look at you. You can't even say where you're from.
No, I'm from Maryland. I was gonna say DC or Baltimore, but I'm from Maryland.
And you know I'm from Inglewood too. You know how we come. So don't play yourself.
I'm not playing myself.
You from Maryland.
Maryland, yeah.
Stop playing yourself. Don't play yourself, fool. Don't play yourself. Talking about you gonna bust a jaw and you can't show your face. How am I gonna see your hands if I can't even see your goddamn face? You are a damn coward. And you out here talking about that we need to go ahead and not speak bad about people that are trying to cause division amongst us.
I didn't speak bad about people. Speak bad about them. Speak bad about those guys. And you don't have to mute my mic. I'll let you talk. You don't have to speak bad about.
I want to understand this. Why would we want to associate with people that do not want to associate with us? Tell me that.
I don't have to. No, you're right. Don't associate with those people. Don't
Okay,
associate with.
so what's the issue then? What are you saying that what's
There
the
is
problem?
no. I mean, I'm saying from what I see, and
E-
I've seen a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians and stuff. I've never seen that issue. But I say this: if you see people that are acting that way, those are the house niggas. Those are the house niggas that like that division, like Jeff.
Even Tariq Nasheed, when he calls people tether, he says, "Oh, you know, these people are tethers if they're speaking stupid on the foundational Black American community." He's not just calling every African a tether. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Danny H. Says Inglewood always up to no good. For real, it's crazy. I'm like, the audacity of people is wild. I don't even gangbang, but I'm like, bro, I know better than to speak stupid to somebody from where I'm from. That's crazy. This
Yeah,
dude
that
is
is crazy.
talking about I'm from
Inglewood is
Maryland.
a
I
tough
can't show my
neighborhood.
face, but I'm from Maryland and I'll bust your jaw. From
Yeah, I
Maryland,
mean, yeah, I
well,
seen somebody bust somebody's
I don't
jaw from
believe it.
Maryland before.
But I don't believe it. I don't believe that. I don't think you're capable of that. So how are you going to show me that?
How am I gonna show you?
Yes. How would you show me that?
Why does it make you still angry? Why are you still thinking about it?
Why are you so cowardly you can't show your face?
Why do you want to see my face though?
You talk shit about people that show their face, so I'm wondering why you can't show your face. If you're a grown man, why can't you show your own face?
I don't have to show my face.
No,
Why?
you don't have to. We let cowards call in, but I'm just curious. You don't have to show. I just want to know, as a man, you talk about men that show their face, show themselves on public display, fighting the good fight, but you can't stand on your business.
Travel tribe, whatever your name is, young man. If you want to see my face, I mean, if you got IG or something, I'll just say hi to you and you can see me.
I don't want. See, that's why I asked if you're LGBTQ, because this is odd behavior. Why are you
That's
trying
not
to say
odd. The
hi to
thing
me
is,
in my DMs?
I don't have to show my face.
But why do you want to DM me and say hello when you could just
Say
show
hi.
the
I
face
said, if you want
now?
to see me that bad, I don't really care to see that. I just like to see you with the chicks. You know,
I don't
when you got the ladies on and show that. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty player. I was like, hey, I showed it to my nephew. I say, look, this young man is doing it right. Anyway, let me ask you a question. How are you able to do that? I mean, I don't mean to dig that much in your business, but I was just, like, how are you able to do that?
Man, get the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. You guys can get all the information, man. I'm done with this dude, man. He's a goofy. He's out of here. Yeah, he's a tether. Yeah, I'm not playing these games with this dude, man. He's not even trying to show his face. Like I said, he can get back to these chats and chat it up as much as he wants, but I just can't respect him as a man. It's crazy. Even that other dude that was talking shit, it's just ridiculous. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, now you trying to, I mean, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, what is this? What type of show you think we running here? These dudes are sick. They all deal with a sick, disgusting mental disorder. Out here talking about, like, why are you talking shit? I said, why can't you as a man, you see, I answered every single one of his questions. Dude didn't answer none of mine. I said, so why can't you show your face as a man? I just can't show my face. I just don't want to show my face. I said, but yeah, you're speaking on men that are showing their face, that we're speaking on what we're speaking on. Why can't you speak on what you speak on? We are... The reason you even show your face is because you're okay and you understand that, hey, there's consequences to what you're saying, but you believe in it. You believe so deeply in what you're saying that you don't mind showing your face. You don't mind it. You just show your face. You know what I'm saying? You can represent a good cause because you know you're fighting a good fight. If you're too cowardly to show your face, that means that you know something you're doing is wrong. You know you're guilty of something. You know you probably shouldn't show your face around these parts because you know you're guilty of something. You know that. So it's a sickness. The dude is sick mentally. It's an illness. And we have to be careful of guys like that, the audacity. I'm like, bro, and I didn't even want him to keep showing this. My whole thing is like this, right? I'm like, hold on. My whole thing is like this, right? I asked him, I said, why would we want to associate with people that are tethers? He said, well, no, it's just, I know some African people and they're not tethers and stuff. I'm like, okay, but why would we want to? So I've been in more countries in Africa than you have. You've only been in 4 countries. I've been to damn near half of them, which is a lot. Why would you want to associate with people that do not want to uplift your community? He couldn't give an answer to that. It's sad, man. And then he got really odd talking about, I want to get in your DMs and say hi to you or something, man. It's weird. It's weird, man. Damn. Excuse me. No. But yeah, it's weird, man. It's odd behavior, guys. It's really odd behavior. It's odd behavior. Golly, dude talking about busting jaws, and I'm like, I don't want my jaw to be broken nowhere around you, brother. You're a weird specimen. I don't want to be around you at all. Not with this type of behavior. Kay Lidoso says, I don't think Black Americans will ever receive reparations from America. It's not about if you believe Black Americans will ever get reparations. Heck, we might not. It's about, are you for Black Americans getting reparations? I don't care if any African or any goddamn tether on earth says, oh, you guys aren't going to get it, so why should you guys want it and stuff? No. We should want something that is our dues for what they've done wrong to us. They didn't just do slavery, by the way. This was inhumane practices towards human, the greatest crime to mankind. They just did a recent polling, asked all the countries about this, and they all voted. America did the greatest crime to humanity, the greatest. There hasn't been any greater than this. They took thousands, millions of people and did the worst to them, did the worst. And we still were resilient. Look at how that works. We still were resilient. Look at how that works. Look at how that works. But to know that we've been experimented on, you know what I want all these African tethers to do? When they say that the Black American doesn't deserve no reparation, I want you to do this. I'm going to go ahead and go into your home right now. I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to go ahead and take your daughter. Do the worst to her. Do the worst to her. Do the worst to her. This is a scenario, right? This scenario. Put yourself in this mindset. Put yourself in this mindset. If you're an African that says right now, Black Americans do not deserve reparations, put yourself in this mindset. You go ahead, you chill in your home, you happy, you got your family, you got your wife, you see your kid, you happy, everybody's cool. You get pillaged, ransacked, robbed. I kidnap you, I take your family, I take your wife, I do the worst to your wife right in front of you. We hold down your wife in front of you. We hold down your wife. One dude holds her hand, one other dude holds her hand. Another guy has a shotgun to your head, to your dome. He got it to your dome. He holding that shit. I'm getting your wife, getting her good, doing her great. You see it, she can't even help but to moan. Your mind, a mixture of emotions is going through your mind. Your offspring right there watching. While that's happening, I take your daughter. I experiment on her. Open up her skull. Play with her brain. Try to see what makes her tick. They have videos of this. What happens? And it's not real footage, of course, because they didn't have cameras and recorders back then. But you get what I'm saying? They had these tongs, metal tongs that they used. Open up a Black person's skull. Keep them alive. And see what happens when you touch their brain with metal, and you'll see them do something of these sorts. And I know it seemed funny to a lot of you sick, disgusting degenerates, but the fact of the matter is this is what was happening. Not just that. After we done with your daughter, I throw your daughter into the mouth of an alligator. She cries and looks at you. She can't even speak anymore, but she cries and looks at you and says, Father, and a teardrop falls out of her eye. And she's crying, looking at you, wishing that you saved her life, but you couldn't do it because you had a shotgun to your head. They held you down and they watched as they penetrated your wife, took your son, put him in a cage, and many years later, your son comes to me. After I promise that I'm going to give him retribution, I promise that I'll pay for the dues that he needs. I see we have a caller. We're going to get you in. And I tell your son, you don't deserve a goddamn penny. You don't deserve shit. But it gets worse. See, because what's happening with the tether is, it's not a white man telling you that your son doesn't deserve anything. It's another melanated man that should understand more than anybody how much you are owed these dues. Another melanated man comes to you and says, you don't deserve a damn penny. Yeah, this happened to your great grandmother. Yeah, it happened to your great family back in the day. Yeah, this happened to them. It didn't happen to you. They smile, laugh in your face, and say you don't deserve shit. Let me come to your home, African tether. Let me come to your home. And do you like that? Then let's see how you speak. Let's go ahead and get Chaotic Truth in here. Chaotic Truth Live. Hello. Please state your name. And are you a African or are you from the Foundational Black American class?
I am Chaotic Truth Live, and I am a proud American. My ancestors have been here for 500 years. I don't know.
Okay, awesome. So what's your thoughts on the subject?
Well, I just actually tuned in, buddy, and I literally tuned in maybe 3 minutes ago. You were live. I've been trying to panel hop lately when I get done live streaming, but I'm assuming you were talking about obviously tethers in their disrespect for American blacks, particularly. Yeah, I just did a show about tethers. I literally ended the live stream talking about particularly how tethers, for example, out of Minnesota, there was a tether that K-worded.
Let me ask you this real quick. Let me just ask you this real quick question.
Go ahead.
Why did you say that you're an American and not a foundational Black American?
I don't like identifying as a race. I never have liked it.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems cringy because I can't. I just don't view myself as Black first. I view myself as an American first because I like the idea of the United States of America and where it came from. You know, I like the idea of freedom and the idea that a nobody, peasant, me, you know, can be a somebody. Whereas in other countries, you can't climb up the ladder. I like that idea, man. I like that and I think that's far more profound than a racial group. You know, again, man, that's why I say it first all the time. I don't even, you know, outside of YouTube, I really don't even, I don't view whites or blacks or groups of people different, to be completely honest with you. I just don't. That's just me, you know, that's just me. But yeah, right. Second, I will identify. Second, you know, I more or less identify as more of an institutional person, right? So concepts like Catholicism or art, or you know, I like institutions, right? I always talk about the art museum where I'm at, and the beauty of having this institution and what it does for a community and or a city, right? And other institutions of, you know, like obviously higher education, you know, research and development, things of that magnitude. I look at myself as Black probably last, to be completely honest with you, because it's just a skin tone. It's a skin tone to me. Just, do
you believe that the powers that be organize who they decide to mess with based on skin tone, or do you believe like they just randomly select?
I believe the powers that be are not unified. So yes, there could be powers that be that, for example, the media is one power that it does seem as though they create these race events to create narratives, to keep the people in fear, to keep the people angry for just views. And I believe the media has always been doing that. So yeah, to a degree, I agree partially with that. But the other aspect of my thinking is nobody really is in control, and you know, power is for the people who want it. And in this country, anybody can be wealthy, anybody can be a you know, powerful and make an influence. There's nothing stopping me from becoming the master and commander of any industry other than myself. Well, you know, I could figure out how to make semiconductors, right? You know, that's an industry. Why don't I? Because you know, it's already, you know, people are already making it. But there's nothing keeping me from doing these things. There's nothing keeping me from getting into steel or getting into lumber or getting into shipping and logistics. So I can't.
So you don't believe there's any favoritism for somebody that is non-melanated?
Well, sure it is. I mean, if I started a company, yeah, sure, right. So if I started a company, right, let's do something as small as let's do an industry. Let's do lumber. Well, if I'm in lumber, I don't want to compete with other groups of people doing lumber. I want to corner the market, and also, I'd rather hire fellow people who look like me to be on the leadership board or board of directors, or I would prefer that the major stakeholders be Black. You know, I just would like, you know, I don't have a, I'm racist to a degree, but
what do you mean by
yeah,
Black? What do you, because you don't see color like that. So what do you
well,
mean?
I would see color when it comes to that. When it comes to if me and you created a business, I would rather put people who look like us at the top. Why not?
So you do understand the importance of unity based on your, you know,
when it comes to making Skrilla, without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. Yeah, because that means that you're not American first, like how you saying, brother. Because if you American first, that means that you would be for, you know, maybe a white person being the boss and having his family go and be in charge. And you are.
If a white guy wanted that work for the company, sure, but let's be honest, whites don't want to work for Blacks. So the thing is, man, I'm race first when it comes to certain things, and obviously, if I'm doing business, I would prefer Blacks because obviously, man, we look the same. Why not? Why not put food on his table first before somebody else's table? That's just me. So. Hopefully that answers the question.
So let me ask you this, right? When it comes to being a foundational Black American, because I like identifying as a foundational Black American. You know, have you traveled to Africa?
I've never been to Africa. I don't ever want to go.
Right. Do you know a lot of these, you know, for so long I was so pro African diaspora, but then I realized the African diaspora is not pro me. You know, what I'm saying? When I started talking to a lot of Africans, they started telling me how much they don't believe that Black Americans deserve reparations, and they don't believe that, you know, Black Americans don't, you know, they don't think they think Black Americans, we bring all this crime on ourselves. Like, oh, you know, any type of shooting that we get to, like, that's on us. They don't believe in the CIA. They don't believe in infiltration. They don't believe in, you know, school to prison pipeline. They don't believe in, what's it called? Kennedy. What did Kennedy? Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy.
Yeah. What was that?
The Gulf of Tonkin. The assassination. What?
No, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, they don't believe it. They don't believe in a lot of stuff that Black people have gone through and stuff. So I started realizing, damn, I'm out here supporting people that don't support me. I support melanin around the world. This is a fact, but at the same time, I think it's important to say exactly what your lineage is, say exactly who you are, and stand strong in it. Because I'll tell you something, if you say that you're America first and, you know, you don't really identify with who you are, these Africans will. They come into this country, they act as if they're African American, but they are in their groups on code, which is great. But it's not good that we're not on code, because if we're pushing for something like reparations and we got Africans that are coming out here saying, I'm now an African American too. Hey, look at me. I'm also African American. I just didn't have my glasses on. You know what I'm saying? So it's they like to infiltrate and look like us, but they really do not act like us. And they try to, you know, get into these groups and say, oh, you don't deserve reparations. Oh, you guys don't, you Black people are like this. And even sometimes, man, you know, sometimes I even have to give Black women an apology. At least maybe 5 to 10% of the videos I've seen online, I said, damn, these Black chicks be acting wild. A lot of times these African chicks wilding out, even in the most wildest behavior that I've seen a lot of times from women, especially African women, is when they're in America and they're acting just completely wild. Remember the brick lady? The brick lady was from some type of Ethiopia or something. Yeah, just blending in. And, you know, I said, damn, we really have to, you know, identify exactly with who exactly we are. We can't have these Africans coming here talking about, oh, we're all one. How are we one? When I go to Africa, you guys don't give me any visa system that lets me get, you know, a dual visa immediately when I arrive. I thought you're trying to welcome me back. Doesn't matter. They don't really. So I believe it's really important to identify with who you are, because if you don't, they will. That's a problem. Do you see that?
No, I can see from your perspective. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because if you're America first, that to me, that sounds like, oh, well, if you told me that right now and I actually had some governmental power, I'll say, okay, like if you had to speak for us as the foundational Black American community, I would be a bit concerned because I'm like, damn, he just said he's America first. You get on stage and you say it's our president, like a similar sellout president that we had previously that looked just like us. This dude was America first. He's exactly the epitome of somebody that's America first, not melanin first. And that's really why he got, like, what was it, 90% Black people vote? Because we thought he was Black first. But it turns out he was America first, which is good for America, but that still leaves the Black people at the bottom, which is not good for the Black society. So that's how I'm looking at it. So, do you want to identify now as the foundational Black American, or are you going to be stubborn still and be, nah, F y'all, man. I'm just America, man.
Oh, well, no, I'm still America first.
Okay. And why is that after giving this science?
Well, I'm America first for many reasons. One of them is identifying as Black. We have no banks. We have no infrastructure. We have no systems. We have no codes. We have no covenant.
Why is that?
I don't know. I would have to ask a lot of people.
It's because the same ones that called themselves America first decided to destroy what we had in the Black communities that was Black first. We had a lot of banks, we had airports, we had a lot of great things going for us, but they couldn't take that because they were American first, not Black first. So they destroyed it. So we did have these things, but you can continue.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, we have no covenant, and we don't have a yearning for rulership, and we don't have a yearning for exploration. We don't have a manifest destiny. Black people didn't go throughout the planet, particularly Black Americans didn't go throughout the planet telling people, you're going to have this religion, you're going to speak this language, you're going to do this. And so to answer,
wait, excuse me. They're saying that you're a liar. He's African. He has no ancestry.
My mom is from Atmore, Alabama. My dad is from Tennessee. I'm a Black American. Trust me. And yeah. And so the reason why I don't is because me being Black, me saying I'm Black, right? It doesn't benefit. There's no benefit of it. And so that's why I say I'm an American, because as an American, America has given me rights. America has given me the opportunity to gain some sort of level of economic superiority over damn near most of the population on the planet. America provides for my safety and security. America, they do. I mean, there's no religious persecutions in America. There's no ethnic cleansing in America, because our government is structured in a way that prevents tribalism. It prevents ethnic atrocities, and it does. I mean, here goes the country.
You're getting on some subjects. I just got to get onto these while you're saying them.
Well,
so
yeah.
You said right now that America basically gave you these freedoms. No, we took freedom. Us foundational Black Americans, we didn't get anything for free. We took everything that we had. The reason that we were able to accomplish this too is because when you're put inside of a volcano, you get hot and eventually you reach your max and you have to just explode and go crazy. That's what happened. Pause. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you guys get my reference, I'm basically trying to say that we were put into an environment where they took us out of our natural, normal environment and took us to be around some real illers, some real shotters, you know what I'm saying? Which we developed and we learned how to shoot. The movie The Planet of the Apes is literally based off of Black Americans. That movie literally shows apes depicted as slaves getting whipped. They even had the slaves, like, that some people are calling you in the comments saying the raccoon. They're even having them. They were whipping other slaves in the video, in the movie The Planet of the Apes. Then there's one ape that gets some genius to them. They get some what's that stuff? What was it called? That thing that makes them smart. He started spreading that into the other ape cages. They started getting smart too. There was even a part of the Planet of the Apes movie where there was an underground railroad and they was leading the other apes to get out. So they even made movies covertly about how great us Black Americans are. They just can't depict that on a wide scale. So yeah, they didn't give us any freedoms. I think that was incorrect what you said right there. You said they gave us our freedoms. They didn't give us anything. We took everything that we have. What would you do if after these wars and they've given us Black people guns, and these foundational Black Americans are not giving the guns back, they go into houses, taking the offspring of these white people, demanding that, hey, give us our freedom, give us all this shit, or we gonna cause widespread chaos. What do you call that? They didn't. And then also, I want to mention a second point too. So the first point was that I don't believe that America gave us our freedoms. The second point is that you said that America works more as a tribe. America doesn't work more as a tribe. They don't protect tribes either. You know, if you really are a tribal man here inside of America, they'll cut you down immediately. They don't believe in polygamy. They don't believe in anything healthy inside of marriage, or when it comes to a healthy, happy household. They're all for capitalism. That's all it is. Everything about the family life has been destroyed. There's nothing inside of this country that says, oh, we want to see you guys succeed as a tribe, because that's how a tribe works. They even cut you down if you're Muslim. You can't even be Muslim here like that. They don't like people being Muslim. They overly judge Muslim or Islamic people. That's just what it comes down to. So no, they're not protecting their tribe either. If we're really a part of the American tribe, then they wouldn't be sending us to the front lines like they do. We're always the first ones that get shot. When it comes to the statistics and numbers, we're the first to go to jail when it comes to any crimes that are petty. You know, this is not how a tribe really works and functions. So those are my 2 points, just to rebuttal what you were just saying.
Yeah, I mean, they're currently
everybody's saying you're Nigerian, man. They saying you trolling and that you really are Nigerian.
I'm not. I'm Black, man. I'm Black. Bro, there are 4 current members of there are 4 Muslim members serving in the U.S. House of Representatives. Right, there are 46 lawmakers across state governments and their state legislators. Muslims have more rights and privileges here in their here than Christians would have in their nations, right? In Muslim nations. So America literally doesn't matter if you are an atheist, a Muslim, a Buddhist, you can get into positions of power, whereas you couldn't do this in other countries. You know, China, for example. I'm pretty sure you've been to China.
I've been to some countries. So
China, China is very homogenous. It's a homogenous country. I've watched their general assemblies that they have every year. They don't have any. The general assemblies has all their politicians from all over the country come. I don't see any diversity there. I don't see any different people there. And Saudi Arabia, for example, I don't see any other groups of people in positions of power in Saudi Arabia other than other Arabs. And there are 2 million Blacks that live in Saudi Arabia. So, you know, what I'm saying is America gives everybody the opportunity to succeed and to be greater than what their ancestral land. And that's why I love this country. That's just me personally. You know, to me, bro, I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I said this the other day on my platform. If it wasn't for America, man, let's assume we come from Africa, right? Bro, I probably would be a hunter and gatherer, man. You know,
yeah, that's why you have the same mentality as the foolish Africans inside of Africa. A lot of Africans inside of South Africa will tell you that, you know, at least that's what they've told me. A lot of Africans inside of South Africa have told me literally that the reason their country is doing so great is because these white men are here, you know, inside the country, making their country better. So it sounds like you kind of have that same mentality that, like, oh, if I was still in Africa, I'd probably just be a hunter and gatherer. So the fact that you believe that is a mental disorder and it's a sickness, brother, because I'll tell you the truth. We had Egypt. We were the first ever true civilization known to man. So the fact that so many people believe this, not even to just mention that, we also had inside of the motherland, as they call it, we also had, Kemet. We also had, the first university, Library of Alexandria. You know, we've had so many great things. So the fact that so many people believe this foolishness is completely wicked and evil. It means that you're uneducated. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Because we've done great things without these white folks. We've done great things. We've done great things. Just because they build a nuke and they can do some evil to the world and end the planet at a finger press doesn't mean that they're such great people. No, we had a lot of great things going for us. They've just destroyed so much of history, but we can't deny that the greatness was there. We see it in the history. It's literally up there still inside of Egypt. Us melanated people can do things without the white man. This is a fact.
I'm listening to you, man. I'm listening to you.
What's your thoughts? Because you said without the, basically white Americans, then we wouldn't be able to get this far. But that's not true. That's not true. Even the Native Americans had great things going. Even Native Americans. Herbs, remedies, cures, lots of greatness going on, real family dynamics. What has America truly given us that's really of substance too? That's another question that needs to be answered as well. I mean, is it just the money that all you care about? You don't care about healthy, happy families. You don't care about true legacy. You don't care what it means to be a real warrior, somebody that can fight with these instead of these. These people are foolish. They're scared. They're scared people. The gun without the gun. Who is America without the gun? Huh?
Well, America has provided us with the best representation of what a republic truly is. I don't think any other government in the history of mankind has created a system of democracy on this level, right? The Indians tried to do it. Talking about the East Indians, they have a democracy. Supposedly it's the oldest one. Clearly, that's not a true democracy. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome, at different points tried to do it. I know Rome did the whole. I guess Rome invented the concept of the republic, but America has mastered the republic. And I think that's one of the greatest things that has ever come out of America. The fact that the people can elect a representative, and that representative will speak on their behalf. That's powerful, man. That's greater than any dictatorship. It's greater than any other system of government. And this is what makes America so great. This is what makes America better than every country on the planet. The fact is that, for example, in China, right? Xi Jinping is not elected. Xi Jinping is on some sort of council, and this council evolved from I forgot what it evolved from. I read a book called what the name was that goddamn book? It escapes me right now. But China doesn't have a representative government, and that's why a lot of Chinese individuals, I don't know if you've noticed, man, they have what they call crimes against society, where they're ramming their cars into daycares, killing children. They're using their cars as weapons to rebel against the government because they have no other way of lashing out. They can't go to a council meeting like we can in America. They can't go to a council meeting. Hey, we want this, and you're supposed to do this for us. They don't have that over there. They don't have these systems. They can't redress the government that we can do in America. They can't go to their equivalent, or what is our equivalent of committee meetings, and they can't sit in on proceedings like court proceedings. They can't do that in China. So all across the planet, you really see what true injustice really is. America doesn't have that. I can literally go inside of a public hearing right now, and I can literally speak. A lot of places don't have that, man. There was a lady in Thailand that was locked up for making a joke about their king, and their king doesn't even live in the damn country. He lives in Germany. You should look this stuff up, man. Thailand, shithole. It's a shithole. And imagine being arrested in prison for a couple of years because you made a joke about a shitty ass king. This is Thailand, a shitty place, man.
Why would you make a joke about who's considered to be a leader?
Because a leader is not perfect. And the beauty of America is that I can get on camera right now, which I've done, and I can make jokes about Trump, Biden, Kamala. I was one of the first content creators
Right.
that called out.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we go back? Wait, I just gotta rewind a little bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Buddy.
About this whole foundational Black American. Sure. Why don't you want to identify as that again? What's going on? You said because everybody's saying that you're definitely Nigerian, but it's cool. We'll just say that you're American.
I'm Black American.
Yeah, if you want to identify, if people can identify as all types of things these days. So I don't even care what people say. But let's say that you are, right? So fine. Why don't you want to identify as foundational Black American though? I mean, what exactly is so wrong about that?
Yeah, because FBAs have no power. They have no intrinsic power.
Oh, that's what you believe?
And they have no institutions, no systems, no culture, no history. And so I don't view FBA or identifying as Black as even something of worth. It's not worth it. There's no worth to it. There's no worth to it. There's nothing to identify with. From my perspective, there's nothing to identify with. If I need a car loan, if I need a bank loan, if I need a job, I have to go to some white man's company. And until Black Americans capture the throne, I just don't have respect for I don't have respect for Black Americans. Not that I would disrespect a Black American, right? It's just that there's nothing to respect. You don't have any supersonic jets. We don't, there's no Black Lockheed Martin or McDonnell Douglas. Blacks we don't produce anything in defense. We don't have a Northrop. We don't have fighter jets. We don't really have a system of power here. We don't make anything in this country. We don't have any exports. And so when I think about FBAs, man, it's really like a background character. It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, it's okay. I am Black, the cookout is cool, but I'm more or less focused on systems and institutions, man. For example, the other day, man, we were talking about what would happen if Black Americans took over the country, and I said, well, shit, you could forget about. Let's just use the art museum. You could forget about things like an art museum. You could forget about having Baroque, Art Deco, neoclassical. You could forget about having the Renaissance paintings, man, because black people in America wouldn't even curate or maintain those things. And even the art museums that we have currently that are Black, all it is just Black shit. Whereas art museums typically have real artwork in it. So Black people,
you believe they have real artwork? I
said world is world, like from
world art. Oh,
no,
okay,
the real art. Yeah. Here goes the thing too. I don't think a lot of these art museums have the real pieces, but what I'm saying is Blacks don't have an appreciation for art, so you will see systems collapse overnight. And that's just me. You will see.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? See, your mindset is you do know your mindset is similar more to a teller than a foundation Black American, though, right?
I mean, it's possible, man, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest though. This whole if Black people, I believe Black people are people. Well, I don't really know if you're really Black, but foundational Black Americans, I get it. There's a lot of ratchetry inside of our communities. That's a fact. There's a lot of ghetto-ness. There's a lot of hoodness too. There's a lot of wild shit happening. But you know what's wild? You know what's even crazier? Is that, hey, all communities have kind of some type of weird shit going on in their communities. We always think Asians are such great people. Asians have a whole octopus fetish with octopus going inside and crawling inside of a woman's V-word inside of her private area. You know what I'm saying? They got a fetish for that. So yeah, I mean, even with the white people have the greatest known amount of dating or trying to go for youngers, trying to go for the youth. Us Black men, we're known to have the least amount of real true crimes, yet we get pushed up at the highest up on the ladder to be the most arrested when we have millions of white folks inside the country that are engaging in very odd behaviors with young ones. So when we say that, if we put Black people in power, foundational Black American in power, that wouldn't, I don't believe much come out of it. Well, that's if you put any random person inside of power
in an environment that, yeah, they might do something foolish. That's a fact. But if you put a certain caliber of person, like a actual great foundational Black American brother, like all the brothers that get no credit throughout the world, if you actually put them on forefront, shoot, then we actually talking. Now we got some people that, and not all FBAs hate whites and hate all this shit like that. Not all of us is like that. Some of us be like, it's cool. We won't enslave you or nothing. We just wanted our reparations and respect and fairness, and to ensure that this never happens again. So we do have to put parameters, whether we nuke the planet. If you guys ever decide to uprise, say, we need some slaves back and to go ahead and R-word your daughters and stuff again. Yeah. We might put a button in there for that, but hey, besides that, we got the right people in line that will get some things done, the right things done. So yeah, that's another wild thing that you said too. Like, it's just these Black people, if they come to power, we will lose a lot of things. Then you mentioned also military defense, and how, the military, but look at all the stuff the military has and all this. Do you understand that there's no other melanated person on this planet Earth that can protect themselves like a foundational Black American? Do you know I've been all around to melanated countries, places that's not even in Africa, where people don't even consider themselves to be African at all or African descent at all? And I've been to literally the Philippines. It could be all over. I've been all over these countries. I've seen what's going on there, whether it's India, Philippines, whether it's, Colombia. Well, they do identify as Afro-Colombian at times. But regardless, whatever it is, what's happening here is that none of these people here actually legally can have all types of artillery. You know what I'm saying? None of these people in these countries, and yeah, they have permits. They do have permits in some of these countries where you can get certain things. But for the overwhelming majority, us foundational Black Americans, we can protect ourselves the most. We can protect ourselves the most. We're in proximity to a lot of things that can assist us if anything was to ever pop off as well. We're also not foolish enough to ever have some BS happen to us again. So yeah, the whites, they got a lot of stuff, but we got stuff too. You said, but they don't even have certain, I think you mentioned, one of these gun makers, we have certain foundational Black Americans that have some shit popping off behind the scenes. Maybe you don't know about it because you ain't really in these circles too much, but man, we got some foundational Black American brothers and sisters that's well equipped to handle any issues. I can guarantee you that any. If we talking about a nuke, yeah, we might have some issues with that. But if we talking about basic combat and basic firepower, yeah, we can get some things done. We got some people that got some stuff. Yeah, this is a fact. So anyways, I'll let you have this rebuttal, and then we'll get to mine's.
No, I'm listening to you, man. I'm just listening to you. I don't really have a rebuttal per se. I mean,
so let me ask you this then: how do you feel about these Africans that be coming online, not trying to admit that they're like African? Like, how you feel about that? Like,
I think for the most part they probably should do that. I mean, Africa is a shithole. I think. In my opinion, I think the best thing they can do is to deny their African lineage and become as American as possible, man. There's nothing out of Africa. There's no history to Africa. There's no culture in Africa. It's a dumpster. It's a shit. I mean, bro, like literally, it's a shithole. Like some of the worst people I've ever met in my life are African. And the thing is, bro, I like when other groups of people come to this country and they become American, no matter what race.
My bad. I gotta, when you say these things, they're just so profound. I have to get on them immediately.
Oh, go ahead.
You said Africans have no culture. What do you mean by this?
They have no culture, bro. They have no history.
And you've never been to Africa saying this, though.
Never been to Africa, but I've been around a lot of Africans, man, and I've told them what culture.
You've been to the sellout. You've been around sellout Africans. If you're from
America, bro, I've been around. I've been around some real pro.
If they fled their country and they didn't stay in the grounds and get the work done, get their boots dirty, they're considered fleers. So if those are the only ones that you've met and spoke with, yeah, I can imagine why you have this mindset. But I've been around some great African people. They do have a great culture. And if it wasn't for the West or all this Americanized, foolishness that you seem to, push up so highly, if it wasn't for them, pushing into their societies through corrupt politics and all types of, ways that they wiggle and finagle their way in, then Africa would have a lot of great things going for itself. A lot of these African countries, and they definitely have culture in a lot of these countries too. They have culture. They have culture. The ones that leave their country and come to America, they don't really have culture like that because they're sellouts. They just said, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna forget everything. You know, I know some Africans that is in gangs and shit. I'm like, damn, how you come out here talking about I'm a Crip. Like, how? What do you mean? Like, what? Whose cousin got shot in your family that made you like this? Where's the anger and hostility coming from? No, I just, you know, it's Blueface does it. You know, I always like Blueface. Yeah, I love me Blueface. I love bust down Tatiana. Hey, I want to see you bust down. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's that's how they be. You feel me? So it's like, they not even really real Africans like that. They just ones that decided to flee and not build up their own country. You know what I'm saying? So it's completely it's completely different. It's completely different, man. Yeah. So yeah. They definitely have culture though. That was a very wild statement. But you can continue. I mean, things. I'm like, damn.
They don't have any culture, from my perspective. No African country has a functioning government. No African country has a society of high trust. Just recently, Rwanda became one of the most cleanest. Kigali in Rwanda became one of the most cleanest cities. But other than that, these countries, they don't really have any great exports. The food is terrible. The majority of the women are, butt ugly. The music is
now we gotta stop you. You gotta be stopped, boy. You gotta be put to, man. Why you say that? How you gonna say majority of them are ugly? That was crazy. I've never heard that in my life.
Whatever country you come up, type in, go to YouTube right now. Go to Google. Type in Congolese women. Type in Nigerian women. That's all you gotta do. And compare their women to, let's say, women in Sweden. Their women are not attractive. And Tariq Nasheed did a video about 2 years ago.
Let me ask you real quick. Because we got to get on these when you be throwing them out. Yeah. What exactly about these women is ugly and unattractive? I see some very beautiful natural sisters. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything that's exactly ugly about these women like that. What's exactly ugly? Because we're not used to
they look like women. Tracy Morgan.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of Sudanese women are beautiful, tall and beautiful. But other than that, man, I would say 90% of that continent is it's a horrible place, man. And again, goes with the women. The women are ugly. The food is nasty. The music sucks.
Oh, you wild,
bro! Like,
man.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
And to a degree, that's why they flee. That's one of the biggest reasons why they flee, bro. They have no systems of security. They have no system. The courts are terrible over there. You don't want to be in any courts over there. The police are incompetent and corrupt. I mean, like, dude, all you gotta do, look at Nigeria. The police are corrupt. It's just a horrible place. So culture is America. Think about the highway system in America. Think about our bridges in America. Think about our skyscrapers, our cuisine in America. Think about just art. Think about Broadway. Think about our systems of government. You know, the idea of checks and balances. Man, I'm telling you, man,
we gotta get to this.
Places are horrible places.
We gotta get to this. What about these women is ugly? Please tell me.
They're not that attractive, bro. They're not attractive women, man.
Can I ask you,
bro, they're not, and they probably stink.
The other dude said somehow he
man, let me tell you something, man.
The other dude said he gonna punch my jaw. I gotta ask you, are you heterosexual?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
like 100%?
1,000%.
Wait, and you said these women are unattractive,
bro? Let me tell you something, man. They probably stink.
Wow.
They probably, bro, like, yeah, they're a little bit decent. You know, Kenyan women are kind of pretty. But bro, like they're nothing compared to American women. They're nothing compared to white women. Bro, like let's just be honest about it, man. This is probably the best you're probably gonna get from Africa. And they're not models, man. Let's be honest. These chicks, you know, just wearing weave and makeup. So
they look good natural too, especially the dark skin joint. The light, you know, the other
yeah,
one
they're nice, man. But you know, like I said before, man, a lot of those African women, bro, they look like Tracy Morgan. They look a lot of those, bro. A lot of them look like Harriet Tubman in the face, man. I'm just gonna be honest about it, bro.
Wow,
they're not that attractive. They're not.
So let me ask you real quick about like just a little bit real quick about your upbringing. Like, were you raised in like a predominantly like white neighborhood or something like that, or?
I was raised in a mixed community. Now, up until maybe 7 or 8, I lived in a predominantly black community. But after that, I lived in a very mixed community. It was probably more.
Your parents too. Are your parents like you? Like, do they also like you know?
No.
Are they more like pro-black or are they more like what?
No, they're probably more pro-black.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you end up like this? I mean, what happened?
Bro, I'm just telling the truth, man.
You haven't told a single truth, damn near though. We got on you for a lot of things. You said,
okay, well, it's just my opinion. But
well, but you said you're telling the truth, but you said blacks can't do it without they self, and you said African women are ugly and unattractive, and
the majority are not attractive, man. That's just what I think. I don't
really.
I mean, man, anything you're saying. I just don't think that I don't think that African women are attractive.
Well, hey, man, everybody's entitled to.
That's just me. Right. That's just me. All right. That's just me. I just don't think.
Appreciate you calling in. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Well, it's been nice, man. Hey, leave some comments and questions in there. This has been nice. Interesting conversation, man. Interesting people call in today. But yeah, shout out to the Tether Nana Kwaku, or whatever his name is. The dude been talking a lot of shit on the internet, but guys, you gotta be careful about some of these people, man. You guys know check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. We actually gonna leave these live streams up. This dude said you're still a sucker, but you the man. This is a very bipolar Tether, man. I'm telling you, you don't know if you want to be FBA or Tether. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate any super chats, man. God damn it, even if it's hate. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And shout out to all the people that supported. Shout out to Calvin Jester. He's a great supporter. He supported me in the Cash App before we started this. $Traveltriberaw. Appreciate all you guys. And shout out to Jeff, man. Jeff was, a gold member. We need to find a terminology for brothers to support this much. Look at this, brother. Gems, coins. Then we got Fresh Boy here, too, that threw that super chat. But yeah, y'all, ask y'all a question, man, before we close out. But yeah, you know what? They say he a raccoon. Yeah, man. You said those African women are beautiful. Guys, am I crazy for asking dudes if they're LGBTQ? I feel like these are good questions. Like a dude that keeps showing his legs, and he keeps showing his, it was weird because he's showing us his thighs and his feet and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm not into all that. And this dude says he's not, the other dude that just called in said he's not into these women. I'm like, I don't know how you can't be. No homo, this is the gayest shit I've ever said in my life. But even if I was on that type of time and I seen these women, I'm straight now. Yo, this shit would turn me to. You can't tell me these chicks come in my vicinity and I'm fruit and these ladies ain't gonna turn me out. Boy, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. You can't. It's biology. They're out. Okay, fine. You see, I'm imagining, right? I can imagine. You gotta have at least a tingle in your meat. Pause. I'm sorry. You gotta have a tingle, something that your shit been sitting flat like this for your entire life, right? Your shit been sitting flat like this for your entire life because you're not attracted to women, right? But you come around these chicks right here, you won't feel a little. Your shit been like this when you're around women, but you get around these women, your shit gonna be a little bit come on, man. Your shit gonna rise and look, pause. I'm sorry. What you want me to say? I'm sorry. It's a fact. So I be asking these dudes because I'm actually truly curious. I'm like, y'all really not mess with these? How can y'all not? This is some fine, just off of the skin tone alone. Because y'all don't be seeing the bigger picture. I don't want to say too much because these shorties, I'm cool with these chicks. So I don't want to say too much, but I'm like, damn. Like, man, and the joint right here on the left, I ain't gonna say too much about her, but she cool. She cool, and yeah, man. We can, yeah, we cool, man. This is some, and she a rider too. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like ride or die. Like she really supportive for real. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know. It's just rare too. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's wild to me, man. I don't even get that. Dude said like, oh yeah, like imagine you telling me right now you walk into a room like this. Boy, am I wrong for that? Y'all ain't tell me if I'm wrong or not. She twerking, slurping. Yes, bro, I would definitely pay for those chocolate baddies. No more than $500 a night. See, bro, the fact that you're even thinking like your mind just went straight to paying them $500, like I get what you're saying, but it's like, bro, you shouldn't be thinking like that, man. Like the crazy thing is you shouldn't even be thinking about trying to pay them. Like, like, I mean, these women in these foreign countries, man, you American, bro. You got to walk like you come from a country where you just been to war. That's how I walk when I come to foreign countries. I walk like I'm a man that just got out of war. Do you understand? America is the hardest place to make good money. It's not easy to make good money out here. You got to have a rich parent, somebody that's like a rich uncle that can put you on, maybe a homie that can put you on. That's rare that people have shit like that in their life, man. In America, we got to slave for this money. This shit ain't no joke. So when I be traveling shit, I be walking like I'm coming from war. Like, man, this money wasn't free. Like, what you better recognize, this shit was not free, baby. The hell? So yeah, you should not be thinking about like, oh man, I'll pay $500 for both. Like, yeah, I mean, that's cool. I'm sure they happy to hear that. But like, damn, they don't really need, I'm sure they would want the money, you know what I'm saying? But don't dress it up like there's different. Y'all got to get the Patreon, patreon.com/Traveltriberaw. We got a master class talking about just this. Let's say you want a woman that's very feminine, you want a woman that's submissive and soft, or you just want a woman that's like, okay, cool, we can hang out and be friends. We talk about that on the Patreon, but we never talk about, pay for play. Like we talk about more game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she feeling you feeling her, and y'all rendezvous, y'all get y'all thing on, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But we're not talking about, pay for play and all this shit. Like, come on, man. I'm trying to put them on their feet. They need help, my G. Listen, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. If you got it, and maybe we need to do a master class on that. If you got it like that, you got it like that. Cool. You know what I'm saying? If you got it like that, you just got it like that. Some dudes just got so much money that they don't know what to do with it, even though there's always great contributions that you can make to society and not help these women get in more, fake shit, Prada bags and makeup. But, hey, if that's where you want to spend your money, by all means, there's a lot of orphans and stuff in Africa. They can really use some good help too. But I know y'all ain't thinking like that. You ain't care about the kid. Yeah, anyways, man, it's like, The Rock says, don't hold back, tell it all, bro. Hey, man, I've said enough, man. Shout out to y'all. We out of here, man. Go on to patreon.com/Traveltriberaw for more content. I have been putting a lot of my live streams, my full live streams on there, but y'all been so cool. We're going to keep this one rocking. Excuse me. We're going to keep this one rocking on here, all right? We're going to keep these videos all up just so y'all can soak in this good content. And yeah, man, that's what it is. On Patreon, we start doing more one-on-one videos, though. So I get to chill out, no live stream. I just get to talk to you about these subjects because I like to go in on this shit, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to y'all for being here. I got a new channel as well where we talk about technology, in a raw and a real way. Somebody said 500, man. They get no more than 40. It goes a long way, too. I know that's the crazy thing. He don't even know, but we don't support that type of shit. We don't support it, but I'm just like, damn, bro, don't even know, like, they're like 500, really, like, bro, you damn, let me stop. Like, bro, like, man, like, brother, you damn near motherfucker, 500. Like, I don't want to say too much, man. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, shout out to the Raw Technology channel where we talk about technology in a raw and real way. If you guys like content like this, we got content like that as well that will definitely be good for y'all. Anyway, stay raw, stay real. You already know the deal, man. We gone. Holla.